Now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
In a time of year that usually calls for family and love and togetherness, the superstars of WWE prepare to attempt to survive War Games. Welcome, everybody, to our coverage of Survivor Series War Games as the superstars of WWE descend upon the second city that is Chicago, Illinois, in the Allstate Arena. I am, for now, the host of this program, the man whose name is somewhere in this marquee bubble up here somewhere, Jeff Meacham. Of course, I will be joined during the show for color commentary by the Renegade himself, J.D. Williams. But during our pre-show today, we have two very special guests. Of course, I will first bring in our simple man with spectacular voice who will be writing play-by-play, Mr. Noah Foster. And joining us for the first half of this hour pre-show will be the one, the only Miss Natalie, one of the stars of our Disney karaoke last week, which we're still all recovering from in one way or another, I'm sure, especially poor Noah. Gentlemen, lady, how are we doing today? We literally got done about an hour ago with Simply Predicting. So much for Simply Predicting, as always, Noah. But Natalie, I'll ask you, since we haven't had you on air for Survivor Series talk, what are you most looking forward to tonight?
Match-wise or just in general? Okay.
Both.
Okay. I'm just excited overall because the second Dad had asked me if I wanted to be on here, I instantly said yes because I really wanted to.
Right.
Because I've had this one match, which surprisingly is the one I'm looking forward to the most, because I've had my prediction for it locked in here for a minute, and I made Dad change his mind on his before.
We talked about that during Simply Predicting, and we will get to that match for sure as we progress. But we're going to start with the man who, Noah. We heard from you during the Simply Predicting. Ended up being almost 3 hours. But what say you about tonight as we head into this monumental Big Four in one of WWE's biggest, most prolific cities?
Well, there's fire burns always when it comes to this faint scheming tradition as we once again come together post-holiday for Survivor Series as we look towards War Games. Well, hopefully scores will be settled. I'm looking very forward to tonight's premium live event. There's a lot of unique circumstances surrounding what could happen, and I think it could literally lead to some very interesting and surprising results. We're going to see how the parts of the sum actually match up or surpass the sum of the parts. When you look at both War Games teams, you have an established faction, and then you have a unique opposition brought together with a common purpose. And we're going to find out in both of those circumstances for both men and women if that's stronger than what has been the dominating force for the WWE on those respective fronts for the better part of over a year and a half. I'm looking very forward to tonight's PLE. And once again, always happy to bring coverage, excitement, passion, insight to this. And Natalie, I'm looking very forward to getting your brain picked tonight into what you think and how can it challenge me and Jeff's thoughts and also what further conversations come out of it. So this should be a lot of fun. And it's good to see all you across the JMN Multiverse of Media too. Also in the chat. Hello. And I'm ready to go.
And we'll definitely point out the fact that Three generations of Williams now in the room. Jerry is here saying, stealing his own son's shtick, if you can believe that. Hey there, hi there, ho there, from the chat room. Hello, Jerry. Good to see you as always, my friend. So let's go ahead. Since we've got Natalie here, let's start off with one of the women-centric matches. We're going to talk about the ladies of WWE going to war inside the two-ring double cage as Team Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Shotzi, and the last teammate added, Becky Lynch, take on the revitalized Damage Control, of course, team captained by, depending on who you ask, Bayley, or the captain, the SmackDown Women's Champion, Io Sky, Asuka, and the returning Kairi Sane. Natalie, again, we're going to get your thoughts, and then we'll get your compatriots' thoughts later in the second half of this hour. But Natalie, what say you about tonight's Women's War Games showdown?
Okay, I have a very, very good feeling. I wouldn't say good feeling because it's not a good thing to have a feeling about, but I feel like Damage Control is gonna fall apart tonight, costing the match, and I think Team Bianca is gonna win because of it.
All right. So who will start the match for each side? Is one of the categories or predictions we do.
I didn't know about that.
Gives you a little bit something further to think about. And to help you, Natalie, you've been watching all these women for a long time in their development in WWE, even though Kairi's the newest one to come back since she left, because of barely, back during the pandemic. But let's just go ahead and put it out there for those that don't know. A War Games match is officially begun when all participants on both sides enter the two-cage structure. It will start with one participant from each side for a 5-minute interval. Following that, I believe it's 3 or 2 minutes. They always change it up. Another person will enter the fray, and it always goes with advantage side first. The key thing about this match, we don't know which side has the advantage. It is up to the WWE Universe, who are voting as we speak, and that will be known before the show goes live, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So in theory, you have one woman from each side that's going to be involved in this match before a decision can be officially rendered, Natalie, for at least 15 to 17 minutes. So you got to look at a person that could go the distance, take the punishment, and withstand it from both oppositions and to help your fights.
I'll come back to y'all on that.
All right. Very good. Let's go ahead and do the next match then. We'll go ahead and jump ahead as I said I would. Let me find the right match. There it is. That's what I wanted. It's not difficult. Yeah. All right. So this match has been kind of jumbled around a couple different times in participant category. It started out against Rey Mysterio. Then it ended up being, no, it's going to be Carlito. Oh, wait, no, just kidding. We've got Dragon Lee stepping up to the plate to represent the technicos, if you will, of the Lucha Libre world against the most rudo of rudos, if we're being honest. Santos Escobar trying to reestablish his Legado del Fantasma here on his own, going solo. No title on the line here, just a matter of pride, Natalie. And I know you definitely follow SmackDown, if I remember right, more than Monday Night Raw because of you know who. But what are your thoughts on this battle of for Lucha Libre supremacy? Dragon Lee last night on SmackDown called himself the evolution of Lucha Libre, but Santos has this legacy behind him, this generational legacy. What say you?
I feel like Santos is gonna win. Dragon Lee, he was who I want to win, but I feel like Santos is gonna win overall, though, despite what I would like and want to happen.
All right. Any other thoughts as far as Carlito's involvement or anybody's involvement really in tonight's festivities between these two athletes?
The disintegration of the Latino world order as we know it.
Oh, goodness, so sad. I was going to point earlier instead of predicting, that the LWO was always heels in WCW, and they just fell apart because of circumstances beyond their control. So. Just kind of one of those deals, unfortunately. But we'll see. We'll see who prevails. What I want to talk about next, the other ladies-centric match, it is for a championship. It is one of only 2 championships that will be defended inside Chicago's Allstate Arena tonight. As well, you know what? Actually, I'll do the intro for the other one. I'll do this one for now. Rhea Ripley. Natalie, is there any other possible way I can say that you're going to go against the idea that mommy's always on top?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. Yeah, that's her. That's one of her folks. Rhea Ripley is by and large she's been the dominant female champion as well. You know, she's had the championship since WrestleMania. So will even be a fair contest, Natalie? What do you think as far as the overall match? How do you think it's going to go between Rhea Ripley, for the record, and Zoe Stark, since I'm going to actually say the names?
I feel like this match is going to go longer than the one against Mommy and Natalia. All right.
Yes.
So it's going to be a decent match. I feel like Zoe's actually going to put up a good fight. But overall, I think Mommy's still going to win.
Yes. There we go. And yes, JJ, we are aware. We definitely acknowledge Mommy. There's no doubt about that. We are aware, my friend. Absolutely. I have the pregame on. Listen to me pregame like I'm ready for college football again. By the way, college football will not be discussed on open mic night if I can help it. Anyway,
probably for the better.
Stupid Big M. Anyway, I actually have the kickoff show to see if they could show the graphic of who's going to get the advantage in the women's. Oh boy. Well, maybe not the entire family is acknowledging Mommy, but we'll see. We'll see how that plays out here going forward. But Noah, I'd like you to introduce the one participant for this next match, if I may have you do so, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, I demand all your gratitude for your reigning heavyweight intercontinental champion, the Ring Gunther.
Bravo, sir. And he will be defending his 533-day reign as the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time against the Renegade of Mize buddy from days gone by, Mike Mazan and The Miz, of course. Natalie, it was said on Simply Predicting that you turned the tide of your father's way of thinking for this match. Lay it on us, girl.
All right. So here's my thinking. Gunther, right?
Yes.
I feel like Kaiser is going to come out and interrupt the match and cost Gunther the match and let Miz win.
On purpose.
On purpose.
Wow.
Wow, that's pretty bold.
Yes, going against the purity of the sacredness of this sport that Gunther has tried to enforce with Imperium and the standard it's supposed to be held up to. But she's not far off. We've seen these subtle tensions ever since the DIY feud, and even before that, when it comes to Ludwig Kaiser failing to uphold the principles that is founded upon Imperium. So it is one of those things where Ludwig might have had enough of Gunther maybe stepping over him or questioning his validness towards this group or even towards the WWE's competitor. There is one of those things where we see it in factions all the time. You want to be the one to stand out, be above who seemingly might be above you. And if nobody outside Imperium can officially oppose the Intercontinental Champion on their own, maybe somebody from within could be the factor needed to dethrone the Ring General. To this day in WWE, only one person has gotten the better of Gunther via pinfall or submission of this magnitude, why he was champion. And that is Ilya Dragunov, who, of course, beat him for the NXT UK Championship, who, of course, he was also the longest reigning champion of in modern era. Now, Ilya Dragunov was able to do that on his own, but it took a whole lot of heart, fortitude, and endurance to do so. The Miz, he's one of those guys that likes to manipulate, play the field, but at the end of the day, his prize be called into question. And ever since coming into WWE, he's always had that proverbial chip on his shoulder about how everybody looks at me as less, soft, can't match up, can't be mainstream, can't be a superstar, can't be must see. Well, he's checked off all those boxes and more. Again, he's a Grand Slam WWE champion, and he also is a former Intercontinental champion. He hasn't held this title, though, since 2018, and he also has held it 8 times, which means if he wins tonight, he ties the all-time holder for the number of reigns. You all might know him as the Demo God, the Ocho. I'm, of course, talking about Chris Jericho. The Intercontinental Championship is the Workhorse Championship. You pass it off to somebody who you think can handle the load. And maybe Miz wants to prove once again that he can do that. So it's not extremely out of the realm of possibility, but it's a unique circumstance that could be actually a reality. Very interesting, Natalie.
I'm here for it. Now that's we talk about accidental costing, but flat out just doing it on purpose is bold. I love it. I love it. Oh, all right. Here we go. This one's emotional for me. I didn't really get into it too much because I let everybody else go before I did, because I wanted to see what everybody else said about this match and about the possible return of a Chicago native. But this is emotional because Cody Rhodes is leading a team into a match that by and large was his dad's creation, his dad's brainchild. Yes, it's been augmented over the years, no doubt about it, but it is still War Games on a paid, premium, whatever you want to call it, event.
Right.
In professional wrestling / sports entertainment. It's very cool for me to see Cody lead the world champion Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, main event Jey Uso, and the returning Randy Orton against Drew McIntyre and his new allies, the Judgment Day. Of course, Dominic Mysterio, Finn Balor, Mr. Money in the Bank, Damian Priest, and the newest member of the Judgment Day officially, JD McDonough. Natalie, where are you at here on this ultimate war, this battle for survival here on November 25th?
Okay. So before I go into my reasoning,
Yeah.
I would like Cody's team to win.
Mhm.
However, Randy and Jay, they got beef. I don't know how that's going to work in a team together. You know?
It's true. That's fair.
So I feel like that's going to get in the way of them winning and have Judgment be able to take that advantage.
It makes sense. We talked about it quite a bit. There's a lot of conflicting. There's a lot of conflict. There always is conflict inside war. There's no doubt about that. Mm-hmm. But, is there more conflict between the two teams or within the two teams? Is the key to this particular War Games. So.
Yeah. The parts of the sum versus the sum of the parts. Here you have, like I said, the United Front, Judgment Day, that's been running roughshod over WWE since the better part of last year's February, when they really came to fruition under one now known Adam Copeland, former Edge, and then Finn Balor took the reins since last year June, and we've seen how far they have come to the point they own all the gold except for one key title on Monday Night Raw, still around the waist of Seth freaking Rollins. You can look at all the different type of feuds within here. You got Finn Balor and Seth freaking Rollins. Of course, their trilogy of matches over the championship. You have the butting heads of the current undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions of Finn Balor, Damian Priest, with Finn Balor, quote-unquote, leader of Judgment Day. Damian Priest is the captain of Team Judgment Day for this War Games match. Also still Senor Money in the Bank. And, of course, Seth has the greatest prize that Damian Priest has yet to seek and claim. You have Jey Uso, who, again, was involved in the bloodline. No stranger to most of these people being their enemy, if you all want to acknowledge that. In fact, he was part of War Games last year for the Bloodline sign, where he and Sami Zayn won together. And, of course, Sami Zayn, he is the lovable guy that's trying to keep conflict at bay and trying to, once again, readjust the agenda from taking down the Judgment Day to taking down, taking down from the Bloodline to taking down the Judgment Day. But the thing here is Randy Orton. There's legacy with him and Cody. There is a brewing rivalry, like you said, with Jey Uso, Natalie. There's also that thought of history, WrestleMania 31, with him and Seth freaking Rollins. The most neutral person in Randy Orton's life, if you want to call it that, is Sami Zayn. And then you have the added X factor to Judgment Day, Drew McIntyre, who's not even doing this on Judgment Day's behalf. He just wants one thing: Jey Uso in a cage, because that's another enemy that was definitely on his crosshairs during the Bloodline days. It really comes down to, in the name of resolution, can the sum coming together for a common cause get the job done? Or are the egos just too big, and can the history of the past not be forgiven? And will that be their fall? Who does Judgment Day fall upon in men's war games? That's the question we'll find out tonight.
Natalie, for bonus points purposes, number one, does Damian Priest cash in the Money in the Bank contract tonight?
Probably. If it doesn't get stolen again.
So
fair.
for our prediction league purposes, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. And I don't know if we're doing a bonus point for this or not. I forgot the conversation. But does CM Punk return tonight? Natalie?
We're in Chicago. Okay.
No? All right.
Now,
there you go.
Who would you think is the best strategy to start off for each side? I mean, again, Jeff talked about Cody Rhodes and legacy. For those that don't know, this is the 43rd and 42nd War Games match you're all going to see tonight, since this first was established by Dusty Rhodes in 1987 during the Great American Bash. And again, we've seen Cody. He will go the distance, whether he's 100% or whether he's 50%. May I remind you of the pectoral muscle inside the red crate of hate at Hell in a Cell last year. And I'm pretty sure the fact that this doesn't have a roof, that boy is going to do something off the top and moonsault onto a bunch of human bodies. So, Natalie, that being said, again, it's endurance and there's more buys, which means the first participants have to go even longer than the women before this thing officially begins. Who would you have as your starter for each side?
For I can never remember who's the team captains, but for I'm gonna call it Cody's team. I would say Seth.
Seth.
Okay.
And for the Judgment Day team, probably Drew.
Wow, start with the heavy hitters. I like that.
Drew fell short to Seth at Crown Jewel, and then Drew decided to join Judgment Day to apparently go after Jay, but I don't think there's no love lost with the fact he failed to capture the World Heavyweight Championship. So there you go. And Drew, I would say right now, is probably the most dangerous player on Judgment Day. He's the meanest hitter.
There you go. Natalie, any last thoughts before you throw to commercial and bring in your compatriot in the household tonight? Any last thoughts?
Going back to the women's war games, because I never answered.
Right.
Oh, that's right. You did not. I apologize.
No, you're good.
You're
good.
I've been thinking. That's why
I'm thinking.
For damage control. Thank you. For damage control, I would say Bailey.
Oh, okay.
And then for Bianca's team, I would say Shotzi.
That's what your dad said. I think Shotzi and Bailey. So that's there you go. Perfect. Good stuff.
Do you think that Shotzi finally cuts Bailey's hair? She has yet to do that.
Yes.
Nice.
All right.
Tremendous. You love to see it.
Yeah, and again, Bailey has had, I feel like the limited amount of in-ring competition for the later half of this year because she's been planning and devising ways leading damage control. Or now it seems like there might be a change of the guard because I think damage control might be even stronger than what Bailey can handle, and that might come into play tonight. So again, if the leader wants to lead by example and she has the plan, might as well go the distance. It's a very fair opening. There's so many different ways that both these matches can go, even just from the starters that are going to be your endurance players. So we'll find out, Natalie, and I really appreciate your insight here. Is there anything else on your mind or any other surprises you hope to see tonight?
Regarding the women's war game match, I have a feeling that Asuka is going to turn against Damage Control.
Oh.
That's what I meant earlier when I said that it's going to fall apart.
Oh.
But I feel like she might attack Bailey.
You're saying she's going to turn on Damage Control, though. So are you saying that Team Bianca planted a mole in Damage Control to destroy them from the inside to play the advantage versus Damage Control taking a whole different direction in leadership?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Love it.
Survivor Series 2001. You know that, Jeff.
Oh, yes.
I like that. That's something that I haven't even thought about at all. It's one of those things where it's like, again, as Asuka, she joined the opposition. If you can't beat them, join them. Or if you can't beat them from outside, beat them from within. That is a take I have not heard at all this entire week in any form of predictions. I like that a lot.
I do too. Good stuff. Thank you, Natalie, for contributing your predictions to tonight's shenanigans. We'll see how things play out here in the next few hours.
And
before we throw to, I'm sorry.
I was just saying, definitely hope to do this again with you too. You got quite an insightful mind.
Most definitely. Before we bring in our other prediction panelist for the night, we're going to go ahead and throw right now to a trailer that is very near and dear to all of us here at the Jeff Meacham Network, Multiverse of Media. Check it out.
Gary Hebert, the man, the myth, the legend. I was amazed, and I was looking to become a better skater myself, and I wanted to be like Gary.
When you look at a guy like this, he's one of the most talented people in his profession. He's been given gifts by God.
It can get frustrating at times when you're trying things that, that maybe don't come as quickly to you as other things. And, you never really felt that sense of frustration with Gary. It was always about improvement and positive reinforcement.
Was it really the end? Was that head injury really the end? God has called Gary to continue to be a blessing to others and to be a passionate example.
My name is Gary Hebert, and this is the World Academy of Hockey, otherwise known as the Inside Edge.
I would recommend anybody that have a chance to come to his hockey school. I think it'd be well worth it. It'd be rewarding to all the kids and anyone he coaches, from whether it's an adult, a professional player, to a little kid like a Mike or a Squirt.
Gary, from day one, has been instrumental to my hockey career. I started out as a potential Division III player, and Gary brought me single-handedly through high school and into a top Division I prospect. I owe it all to Gary, the biggest legend on and off ice there's ever been.
Listen, watch, learn, be confident, and have faith. Those are the answers I was brought to. Yet, I only now am really learning how truly important those 5 things are.
Through preparation, through appropriate thoughtfulness and thinking, we can learn to untie the typical knots between our ears that drive us into underachievement and underperformance. And lo and behold, we can learn, I think, to fulfill our God-given potential.
Gary has the innate ability to make people not only better players, but better people. The life lessons they learn from Gary are incredible.
You can always remember leaving that rink knowing as a player I got better, or I had something to improve on to get better. And I think that's what you excelled on as a coach, is giving us the knowledge to know what we needed to do to get better.
There's coaches who know the game, but can you communicate and create passion in your kids and in your players? And Gary's able to do that.
Gary's got great knowledge and the great hands, but more importantly, his ability to connect with people and care for them. His communication skills, to me, really stand out and separate him, and that's why he's one of the best, in the world.
Gary's a legend. He's a special man.
Well, there you go. I knew more than a few of those names that were talking about Gary Hebert. So check that out when it's available in full. But joining us now on screen, Mr. Dennis. Dennis, good to see you. Popping into the stream tonight. Make sure we can hear you.
Hello.
Cool. All right, cool. We're good to go. Good to go. All right, let me go ahead and get the graphics back up here. Make sure they're ready. Oh, they are. Look at that. I already did it. I didn't even realize I did. I was so enthralled by that trailer. I lost track of what I was doing. Very, very cool. So, Dennis, as we did with Natalie, we will start with the women's War Games match. What say you about tonight's 4-on-4 battle between Damage Control and Team Bianca Belair?
I think Damage Control is going to win, but I feel like they're going to slowly break apart.
Okay.
Because they've been arguing with Bayley, and I feel like they're going to turn her down after the match. After they have a chance of winning, they're going to take her off the team.
All right. So your official prediction is Damage Control is the surviving team or wins the match, but then they fall apart after the match.
Yes.
Okay. Bayley gets one last moment of glory, and then all of a sudden, Bayley by CU, spinning back fist to the face.
Yeah. But I feel like they're going to pit up a fight. Like, Bianca team is going to pit up a fight. But I feel like they're not going to win. I wanted them to win, but I feel like they're not going to win.
Do you sense there will be a fallout, tension still galore between Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair? Like, where does it all fall apart? Or is it just a matter of a miscommunication?
Miscommunication.
Okay.
I like it.
Also, you know how Becky Lynch and Charlotte been arguing?
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
since
not a good thing
2017,
for
if
the
we're being
team.
perfectly honest.
That's not a good thing for the team.
No. Again, you got a lot of Eagles on one side, and you have a united front with maybe questionable leadership on the other side. So, again, the sum of the parts versus the parts of the sum. So, Dennis, who do you have maybe as your starting players, considering they have to go the distance till all 8 are in? Who do you think is the strongest to start for each side?
I feel like Bayley and Charlotte.
Oh, wow. The history that goes back to those two, considering Charlotte's the reason Bayley went heel in the first place. No love lost there.
It's because in the beginning of the match, before they even started the match, she was already talking all her smack. And then they try to force her out for the 2v2. So I feel like that's going to happen.
All right, then. I like it.
I like it. How about this that recently has changed, as we said, when Natalie was on multiple times during the course of the lead up to Survivor Series? Dragon Lee representing the evolution of Lucha Libre, taking on the legacy, the legado, the fantasma, the legacy of Lucha Libre, Santos Escobar. What say you, good sir?
I feel like Dragon Lee is going to live up the expectations of the next Lucha Libre. They're going to want him to build up the momentum to make him be the next Lucha Libre. So I feel like Dragon Lee is going to win this match.
But what does that do to Santos Escobar, considering he calls himself the suppressed emperor of Lucha Libre and already has turned his back, saying, I'm already above you, Rey Mysterio? How does that affect Santos Escobar in defeat, or does he get some revenge? Does he attack him post-match? I feel there's more pressure on Santos to get the win here than Dragon Lee.
There's not going to be enough build-up for the beginning of that stance of that match. So I'm not sure if they're going to make him better than Rey Mysterio. But no one can live up to that expectation of Rey Mysterio. He's the number one.
That's
number
fair.
one.
That's fair.
Number one Libre. Lucha Libre.
There you go.
All right.
For the record, Noah, I'll go ahead and let you know this now. JJ put it in the chat room. It is official. This match will start.
As I expected.
I'm sorry. No, wait. Battle of the Horse. Yeah, Battle of the Horse. Yeah, Battle of the Horse. Yeah, I'm right. Yeah, okay. So I'm
you're right.
tired. Don't mind me. Okay. So, yes, we will start Women's War Games as predicted. So, there you go. All right. Let me get rid of this here. Off you go. There we go. And the answer is no. Nation never started the War Games match. He was always one of the last folks in.
One of the last folks. Yeah, he was never a starter, unlike Dusty Rhodes, if you will.
Always protect the champion.
Right?
All right. Women's World Championship from Monday Night Raw. We actually just saw the hype package, if you will, over on over on the Peacock, WWE Network, if you're watching abroad. It's Rhea Ripley defending against Zoe Stark. Rhea Ripley been dominant world champion since WrestleMania. Not a whole lot of defenses on television, but most definitely the longest reigning women's champion in recent memory. Dennis, what say you about tonight's women's championship match?
I want Rhea to win, but I feel like Zoe Stark is going to win this match.
Wow, that is a very bold take. Any particular reason?
Like, do you think she's actually going to get the title, or is she going to win via disqualification?
I feel like she's going to get disqualification.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yes. I feel like it's going to be a little plot twist in between it because, she's been the title holder for a while now. But I feel like they're going to switch it up. They're going to switch it up for Zoe.
Okay, so I'm confused. Is Rhea going to drop the championship? Is Zoe going to be the new champion, or is Rhea going to lose by disqualification?
She's going to lose from disqualification.
Okay.
Okay, so she'll still be champion, but Zoe will have the win.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Gotcha.
Which means she can put a bid into a rematch. And we've seen how combustible things have been for Judgment Day. Rhea Ripley, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and with Judgment Day having to, focus on War Games, Rhea Ripley leading the way for Judgment Day. I mean, pressure is never off on Mommy, even if Mommy's supposed to always be on top. So that's fair.
All right. Intercontinental Championship. They only get one. No, we got to make a pay for another
that's
one.
Too special. All right, too special.
Intercontinental Champion Gunther, the longest reigning champion in history, versus the, for now, 8-time Intercontinental Champion, one of the longest cumulative reigns of Intercontinental Champions of all time in his 8 reigns. The Miz.
500.
Where are we at on this one, Dennis?
I'm thinking Gunther is he's not gonna win. He's gonna lose. Because I feel like the Miz is gonna get in his head. I've recently Kaiser been losing all his matches recently. And Giovanni been winning some of it. And I feel like he's gonna get in his head, like talking about his teammates and the Imperial. That's gonna do a lot to him.
So you think that Cooper will be mentally rattled and the Miz can take advantage and beat the Ling General for the title?
Yes. I think there's gonna be in between when they're in their match, talking about like in the beginning. I feel like the Miz is gonna talk about that, and then Gunther's gonna break out and get his anger best of him.
Okay, I like this. So winner and new champion, The Miz.
The Miz.
All right. For the record, The Miz is second all-time cumulatively, just behind the first ever Triple Crown winner in WWE history, Pedro Morales. If Gunther retains, assuming he doesn't lose the title before SmackDown this week, or before next week's, let's see. Basically, if he gets past tonight, he'll be third all-time cumulatively because he will have passed the Magnificent Morocco.
At 541 days if we go 1 week from today. If the Ling General prevails once again, which I do think he will. At the end of the day, The Miz is a Grand Slam champion. The Miz might be going for a kiss to the tie. Chris Jericho for the most runs with the title. But I still think that Gunther leads Imperium by example for a reason. I think he's too mentally strong to be riled. Very few people in Gunther's career have riled the man mentally. If Miz is going to beat Gunther, that may be his only hope, because I don't think the Miz can beat Gunther physically.
Yes. Without having the advantage of sound, because I have it on mute, Booker T actually picked Zoe Stark in tonight's match, too, for what it's worth. So, there you go. I don't know if he picked her to be champion, but he picked her to win the match. So, there you go.
Interesting thoughts.
Suckers got to know, apparently. Anyway, in theory, our main event, Dennis, will be the men's War Games match. Teams of 5, Strive to Survive, traditional War Games, traditional Survivor Series, actually, both. We've got Sami Zayn, main event Jey Uso, World Heavyweight Champion Cody Rhodes, World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins. I'm projecting my thoughts for the future. My apologies. World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins, Team Captain Cody Rhodes, and the returning Randy Orton against Drew McIntyre and the Judgment Day. Dominic Mysterio, JD McDonough, Finn Balor, and apparently Team Captain Damian Priest.
Senor Money
Dennis?
in the Bank.
Yeah, Mr. Money in the Bank. There you go.
I feel like Dominic's team, Damian Priest's team, is gonna have a chance because they have Dirty Dom. He always have something up his sleeve. He has something planned, and it's gonna break out. I feel like something's gonna happen, bro. Something's gonna happen.
Something's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
As far as so it'll be the Judgment Day and Drew McIntyre getting the victory in tonight's War Games main event.
Yes.
All right, I love it. Very cool.
Continue the run of dominance on Monday Night Raw. Something happens for Dominant that gives him the win, and the opposition apparently don't have an answer. So you think that Judgment Day is actually going to have a key plan in this versus a miscommunication by the opposition here?
Yes.
Cool. Very good. What about the bonus point that we have in place for our usual predictions league? Does Damian Priest cash in his Money in the Bank contract tonight?
Yes.
Is that something you're thinking?
Yes.
Oh, wow. He didn't even hesitate. And just for the heck of it, will we see CM Punk tonight during Survivor Series?
Yes.
There you go.
Hi, I like it.
You love it.
Des has let Cooper's predictions on. Well, I mean, Natalie,
With conviction, he said it.
And I love it. May the bear predictor win. JJ, I hope you've been taking notes like I have too. I like it.
Right.
But also, you look at something's going to happen. You got to look at how it begins, Dennis. Again, you got to have a plan on each side of the war. Who would you think should be the starters for this? They're going to go out in the distance. They have to endure amongst themselves before the entire match begins. They have to go the entire way till all 10 are in. Consider that the first person you put on each side is going to already be in this match till it's official for about 20 minutes.
I'm assuming Cody Rhodes and Damian Priest.
Crown Jewel.
Makes sense to me.
Well, I mean, hey, Damian Priest lost the crown jewel, and I'm sure that's a bitter taste in his mouth. And if he's going to be captain again, will a captain lead by example? And not only lead his troops in the battle, but go the distance for the team. At the end of the day, there's the whole idea of who truly is the leader of the Judgment Day. We know one thing for sure. Damian Priest, the captain tonight. Pressure all falls on him.
True. Very true. So let's see. So Walter, this actually was answered in the earlier in the predictions part of this thing. JJ saw it announced. Let me bring it up here. Where'd it go? I saw it. There, Battle of the Horsewomen will start tonight's festivities, Walter. So there you go, brother.
Question mark, ... There you go.
Yes. All right, let me bring this back to where I was.
Well,
Dennis, we thank you very much, sir. Much appreciated for you joining us during this pre-show. We're going to go ahead and throw to yet another commercial. And Josh says, hi, Dennis. Nice to meet you. Lady SmackDown JJ and his love of Karen. Hey, do not encourage violence in the home, Josh. Stop that. Even though you're right about Karen Jarrett. Anyway. The wrong show for that anyway. Shame on you, Mansfield. You know what? Well, I have a kid to remember. I won't do that. I'll do that later. I'll get him later. Anyway.
Well,
we're going to go to another ad here to allow for transition here. So when we come back from this ad for our friends on Tuesday nights, we will be back with our team ready to go for Survivor Series. We'll be back in, just about 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
It was nice.
Whoever wanted to come into a sports bar where the barkeeps know their game? Well, the Jeff Beecham Network Multiverse of Media has got a production just for you. Sit down and relax as the stat boy and his partner break down the statistics in all things sports. Whether it's football, basketball, motorsports, baseball, hockey, soccer, professional wrestling, mixed martial arts, boxing, and much, much more. All are welcome. Your barkeeps here keep you up to date and in the know of everything going on in sports, while also having a pleasant conversation about it all. Your host and owner of the bar, Stat Boy Mike. his partner in crime, Dory Lou, and a host of other guests coming in. The food's hot, the seats are warm, the drinks are ice cold, and the sports talk is plentiful. Casa E18 Studios presents Stat Boy Sports Bar. Take a bar stool and enjoy the show.
And we are back from our final commercial here during this pre-show, and our commentary team, par excellence, is on the screen. We have Noah Foster, of course, and for the first time this hour, the Renegade JJ Williams. JJ, my friend, always good to see you, sir.
Always good to be seen.
There you go. Well, you know.
Of course.
Had to let the young'uns have an opportunity. You know, like I said, I was with Natalie for Thanksgiving, asked her if she wanted to be down, and she was like, I was actually going to be asking you if I could be on. Yes, please.
I loved it.
Then,
I absolutely love it.
And then as far as Dennis goes, he's been asking me for a while if he could be on predictions. And it was always like, you know, I want to make sure you watch a little bit more, get more vested in the storyline so that you can get an idea of everything that's going on in the landscape before you come on. So I just felt like this was a good opportunity. And both of them did so well. I was in the other room watching them on the TV, you know, commenting along as you guys saw. But yeah, they did a good job. They represented me in this house so well.
Like I said, JJ, you're doing good things, and may the better predictor win of those two. I find it interesting. Natalie said Team Bianca, Santos, Rhea, Team Cody, and no. Dennis said Damage Control, Dragon Leans always start by DQ. Jay, Team Judgment Day, and yes, so unique opposition minds, a little bit of a predictions battle with the siblings. So may the better predictor win, and I look very forward to getting more of their insights on other kickoffs if they are interested. You got a couple of young, good fellows there with some very unique perspectives on sports entertainment. And I'm very curious to see if any of them come to fruition. So, Natalie, Dennis, enjoy the show. It was great chatting with you. Looking forward to doing it again.
Maybe if we can get, you know, Dylan to actually acknowledge the fact that he enjoys wrestling, we can get a Kids of the Multiverse for WrestleMania, like we had the Women of the Multiverse last year, you know?
There you go. Well,
we can get a Kids of the Multiverse, and, you know, not knowing how old Walter's kids are, maybe get them on the show. Dylan, Natalie, Dennis.
All the people.
That's right. Ah, look at all the wrestling people.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Made sure I sent the link to my mom, my dad, to Teresa, Natalie's mom, and to my brother Bruce, who's Natalie's godfather.
Good lordy.
Natalie's mom is driving back up the 15 after taking her mother's best friend back home today. So
that's right.
Able to watch that, but she said she'd go back once she got home and rewatch her part and see how she did. So
cool.
Yes,
and then there was no acknowledgement by my mother or my or Natalie's godfather, but they're probably doing other things, you know, shenanigans afoot, Tennessee, Long Beach. It is what it is. Stat Boy got here late, but such is the life for the Stat Boy.
Yes.
Don't feel that old, Walter. The oldest one currently in the house is 16, and then my daughter and the twins are both 14. So it's right about the same age there.
Yeah, and then, you know, as far as the kids of our own production, it's 16. But then you've got Cece's oldest, who's not 16.
Oh, yeah, but he's not here yet.
Oh, that's fair.
To the full house, just waiting to happen without Bob Saget.
Yeah, Jesus. There was a question in the chat room earlier.
Comes to visit.
Right. Yeah, there was a
Danny Tanner. And the cleanliness that my dad, you know, tried to convey, definitely on Danny Tanner levels. Love you, Pop.
So would that make you Uncle Jesse and Mikey Joey just because of the sloppiness?
No.
No. Okay.
I've got to be Uncle Joey. I'm the goofball. Mikey's
That's
got to
fair.
be Uncle Jesse. He's the Greek.
Fair. That's fair. That's a fair point.
That makes
I
perfect sense.
forgot about that part.
Even I understand that because I used to watch Full House on Nick at Night.
Probably is one of the most saddest episodes ever. Anyway,
They're straight up jacking my gimmick out here. Look at them all eating freaking Ruffles on the dais as they do their.
Well, you knew they were going to.
They have to sponsor
Freaking
the sponsor. You gotta talk about how good they are and crunch the
I
chip and
didn't
blah, blah, blah.
hours ago though, Noah. I'm
I
just
know that.
stealing my shtick.
Well, what else is new? It's WWE. They claim they do everything first. Remember?
I stole Walter's shtick and they stole my shtick, so you know.
And according
It
to
is
Dan
official.
here,
Of course, the baby faces were going to get the advantage. I mean,
the fans
I was
vote.
going to vote.
It's the fan vote. I mean, it makes no. I mean, did you really expect something different? You expect the fans to vote for heels?
Obviously, the fans didn't read basic War Games 101. The heels get the advantage. That's how it goes. That's okay. They obviously have it booked where the babyface were going to have the advantage because they gave it to the fans to vote. So it's obviously going to be the way WWE wanted it. As far
I
as
feel like the team with the advantage is going to be the losing team.
yes, I agree.
What team
In both cases. Yeah.
So, Q, if you're watching this, I expect you to at me in the group chat because if you don't, your picks will be made final in 10 minutes. I repeat, Team Belair has the advantage. Team Belair has the advantage. You got 10 minutes to change your pick. If you pick Team Belair to win, if you think Damage Control now is going to win, this is your only warning.
Walter, I did vote for Taboo Tuesday, Cyber Sunday. I did not vote for the Ruffle Sling. I did not.
I don't remember what I put on Simply Predicting, but put me down for Team Damage Control to be official now.
Let me take a look.
Because I knew that was the one I was wavering on. The men's, I was steadfast in.
I think the men is a safe choice if we're being perfectly honest here. But the fact that the baby faces, keep that in mind, the baby faces got the advantage in the women's War Games match. I'm just gonna let it speak for itself. And JJ, you are put down for Damage Control, and yes, I am put down for Damage Control as well. So we're all good there. And yeah,
Ding 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 ding.
Also put down Jeff is Team Bianca right now, by the way. And oh, look at that. Look at all the wrestling.
My Singaro super chat. I'm kind of low key proud of that. By the way, since we're
Ella Ripley's a great song. Go ahead.
Since we're addressing super chats, let me go ahead and say this now.
Yes.
The next super chat or the next two super chats.
Yes.
Need to go to JJ today. We got to get him over that goal threshold. I'm not going to say what it is out loud.
No.
But if we get two, maybe three more super chats in that same price bracket, if you will, go to JJ. We'll explain at the end of the month, we promise. Get it to him, guys. Share the love. I appreciate the hell out of it. Don't get me wrong. All money's good money, but I want to make sure we spread that out a little bit.
Yeah, spread the love, like I always said. So let's see here.
If you broke through this Friday, Josh, we're kind of screwed on the month, but that's okay. We love you anyway.
Well, I mean, the month ends literally a week from yesterday, as December 1st is next week Friday. Good grief.
Exactly. And I will say this, Josh, because you passed your test last week, because you watched Mary Poppins, because you passed your 5-question quiz flawlessly, we took out the full promo directed toward you. But we did save the little snippet in case anybody else gets out of line tonight, because if you get out of line at any point during this show, open mic night, is it?
What are you, a fucking piece of shit?
I mean, just making sure that's not the case. So anyway, there you go.
I was waiting.
There was what's up? We have a.
Yeah.
We have a. Oh well. Then we'll go ahead and leave what I said on the air. But yay for JJ. Anyway, there was a question in the chat room earlier about my favorite War Games match. Lord, I'll go ahead and quantify it as since I started watching, because the original ones were before I started watching. And even still, that's still quite a bit. And I'll throw it to you guys as well. I have two. And I'm going to be a cop out because my name's on the marquee and I can do that. My show. My first favorite is 1996 and NWO versus WCW. Just because of the impact that one match had on the entirety of WCW history with the NWO storyline active. You figure that got NWO the advantage to do whatever they wanted to do, call whatever title shot they wanted to call, any of those things throughout 97 into 98 even. People also watched it 97 because I felt the Horseman thing was just a little too personal, a little too much for me, especially the parody segment. That one still gets me. The other one is the first NXT War Games I saw live, which was 2018. Very cool moment for me to see War Game, even if it wasn't the official War Game. It was WWE's version, but I still got to see it in my home arena, no less. Which was too cool for school.
Yeah. That's fair.
JJ, ring the bell if you may.
Oh,
Ding, 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 ding. I saw it pop in, but you were talking. I didn't want to be rude and interrupt you.
Appreciate that.
Walter.
Whoop, hang on. Crap. There it is. Asking you shall receive. It's what it's supposed to say.
In the words of James Cagney is George M. Cohan from Yankee Doodle Dandy. My mother thanks you. My father thanks you. My daughter thanks you instead of my sister. And I thank you.
Yes, there you go.
All the
ding,
thanks.
ding, ding. There's another one from Catherine.
Aw, look at that. We all love JJ. We all appreciate JJ. We all also appreciate the fact that JJ endures all of the madness that is our shenanigans that will come following Survivor Series as we would go into Open Mic Night, folks, following the coverage of this event. And to answer your question, Jeff, that you answered, for me, again, I didn't know a whole lot about war. I didn't see an actual War Games until my NXT. And then going back and seeing the old school ones, it's like, wow, it's a whole different set. But I got to go back to the very first one I saw that was beyond ridiculously awesome. It's the Triple Threat War Games for me. NXT TakeOver War Games 2017 that really kicked it off. And then I think the follow-up with especially Pete Ricochet and the madness they did up the top, the one that you saw live, those two War Games matches will always stand to me. In my opinion, for my fandom, Undisputed Era owned War Games, period, when it came to the WWE.
And none of those four have been the same since they participated in those War Games. They talk about that on social media today. Like those four boys have beat the shit out of them.
Are you talking about the devil and his minions there, Noah?
Yeah, maybe. I still don't know. I still don't know if I fully believe that yet. Let me see how December goes and how much more the devil shows his ugly auto-tune face. Maybe.
Remember what you told me, JJ. The devil's greatest trick was making everybody believe he didn't exist. Where does the devil truly exist? Will he be in Chicago tonight or in Long Island at the end of the year? That is the question.
Yep. That's that big freaking question. If we're being perfectly honest, it's one of those things. Again, we don't know. And I'll be honest, when it comes to the women's War Games, I think some of them in the early going were a bit underwhelming. But I think the last couple of times they've really picked it up to be a little bit better. But I really look at this field, and I really do hope, despite the fact it's sponsored by a bag of potato chips, that this women's War Games delivers, especially if it's opening the night.
Yes. JJ, your favorite War Games matches in history as we get ready to go live in under 3 minutes.
I haven't seen too many of the classic NWA WCW ones.
Same.
Okay, that's fair.
I believe there was one on the Ric Flair and the Four Horsemen DVD that I probably saw.
It's the first one.
But it's going to be a cop-out answer. I'm going to go the Bloodline one last year.
So good.
That was so emotional with the Sammy thing and trying to make Sammy prove himself and Roman sending him out there and Sammy taking the bullet for Roman and letting Roman get KO and just beautiful storytelling before it got worn out.
Before the Rumble, before the dark times.
The dark times.
Stupid Royal
And
Rumble.
I am going to make a bold prediction here. As far as what we were just talking about, as far as AEW goes.
Yes, sir.
I just did a little bit of looking ahead. And I don't know the way Tony Khan's mind thinks. I don't know if he has anybody that's helping him book stuff. But on January 24th, AEW comes to Georgia. And we all know the devil came down to Georgia.
Oh, I see what you did.
So looking for a soul to steal.
Soul to steal. That's it.
So I say wait on the reveal till the devil comes down to Georgia.
That'd be a hell of a name for a special episode of Dynamite if they do it.
Right?
It would be. I mean, again, we know how many Dynamites they like to make specialty theme, and of course, still to come.
It is a Wednesday.
It is Wednesday, and we all know what Wednesdays means. And again, it's one of those things where, right now we know that winter is coming in AEW. And again, we appreciate you, Catherine. And also, just to keep in mind, folks, we know that AEW is running live content also tonight. We would ask and encourage you to please remain #spoiler-free as we cover one of the big four. Yes, it is still that. One of the big four of WWE tonight. That is our focus on the WWE PLE pay-per-view, whatever the hell you want to call it, Survivor Series, the 37th Survivor Series, I believe, in this company's history. So we're going to focus on that tonight. So please remain #spoiler-free on AEW content because I will be watching that tomorrow. Otherwise, the man whose name is on the marquee will bring the ban hammer on you. If you're not careful, you've been warned.
That's right. Only those worthy can lift Mjolnir, and the master of the multiverse of media will bring Mjolnir down on y'all and break out the ban hammer.
Can't do it. Too heavy.
In this case, the band microphone because I don't have a hammer close and I don't want to use real hammer because injuries and breakables.
I thought for a moment that was a cowbell. We need more cowbell.
Hey.
Okay,
Why are you yelling in the chat
number
room?
one, why are you screaming?
Yeah. Why you yell, dog? Why you yell for?
You realize caps lock is a button you can enable.
Okay. Well, here. You know why he's yelling?
What are you, a fucking piece of shit?
And by the way.
Shut the fuck up, John.
Okay, thank you. Okay, anyway.
Well, that being said, JJ, Jeff, battle lines have been drawn. The sirens are going off. I have black screen. Don't go anywhere, folks, because we are about to go into War Games. Let's do this.
Warning.
Unauthorized interception of receive personnel. This pay-per-view event is exclusive property of War Wrestling Entertainment, only by paying a fee and cable operator or other entity authorized by WWE.
If you write this copyright.
Body slam. Where are you?
There's a body slam. Yeah, I just got to get. There's the then. As always, we always look back at
now.
Then.
Now.
We are here in the now.
Forever.
Perfect.
And as always, we are in this
together.
Okay, as long as you're
a second ahead of him.
Yeah, that's actually fine because he can call it and you can be ready for it a half a second early. That's actually perfect.
And let's go to our contractually obligated opening video package. Windy City. It's had its fair share of wars.
Chicago.
Yeah. Battle lines drawn. Wars have waged. Scores have been settled. Bodies have been broken.
Like I said during the Simply Predicting, guys, man, the Allstate Arena is such a major point of history for WWE, going all the way back to WrestleMania 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's insane to think about how much Chicago has played as the landscape to this atmosphere just known as wrestling. And now we have War Games tonight.
See, and I saw a few people online questioning Becky Lynch's involvement tonight because at the end of SmackDown, looked like she was walking out on the team.
Yeah.
Well, again,
will she still be there? Will she walk into battle with her teammates? Will somebody else have to take her place?
And it's one of those fans also, Branch with LL. We also have to look at this. She is the Raw representative with the rest on SmackDown. She also has a book coming out next year. She also has formerly been involved as heel. And there is no love lost with her and Charlotte Flair. Why there might be respect with her and Bianca Belair. And I think she's neutral with Shotzi Blackheart, Flair, and Lynch is the combustible element, waiting to see if it implodes. And that might literally be the weapon that goes against the opposition and might lead to the win for Damage Control. And again, Matthew, we always talk about there is no denying, no matter what you want to say about the WWE video presentation, promo packages, they are unmatched.
Absolutely. Look at that shot there, the over the double cage. That was a cool shot.
The wreckage of those bodies and the tables and chairs.
The cover of the War Games DVD when they put it out for WCW had that long shot of the shot from the Omni. I love the long shots on War Games, be it the WWE version or not, because that scene, the double cage, all the carnage, all the mayhem is just so iconic throughout wrestling history. Even only going back 30-something years, almost 40 years. It's still such a huge part of history.
And I'm sure more history is about to be made tonight as Survivor Series War Games is live. For the
It's Saturday, and you know what that means.
Oh, indeed I do, JJ. For the 37th time, it is that time-honored tradition after Thanksgiving as we bring you Survivor Series. But tonight, we go into battle, for this is War Games. Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to the JMN Multiverse of Media live virtual events. You know what this is. For I'm the simple man of the simple brand, the voice of the JMM, forever grateful for professional wrestling. Damn it. And my name is Noah Foz. We are virtually live from the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois. I am with, of course, my color analyst, the Renegade of Wrestling, CL Cassidy Studios, JJ Williams. And JJ, it is going to be a hot night in the Windy City. Are you ready to go?
I'm as ready as I'm going to be. You know, good to see Gravy back at ringside alongside Michael Cole. Made his return to SmackDown last night after being gone for a little over 2 weeks after Carmella successfully gave birth to their baby. Congratulations to the couple. It's no secret that trouble has plagued them in the past in conceiving and giving birth, so it's good to see that one stuck, came through to term, and it's good to see Gravy back.
Yeah, congratulations to Carmella.
Good to see Gravy in war colors as opposed to those awful Bears colors yesterday. That had to pain him so bad to wear Bears colors and show off that Bears championship being a Steelers person. Ooh, poor Corey.
It's a good thing I don't care about football, but I do care about Sirens tonight as War Games about to get underway as you see that luminous structure descending upon the arena. And of course, this will be our opening contest, the 42nd War Games match in this industry's history. And for those that don't know, here are the rules. 2 teams will be contained in separate cages with 1 member of each team starting the match. After 5 minutes, a member from the advantage team will be released to enter the match. After a 3-minute period, alternating members from each team will enter the match until all competitors are inside the cage. And once all competitors have entered, War Games officially begins. And the only way to win the match is by pinfall or submission. And our opening contest will be with the women, where we learn, thanks to the Ruffles fan vote, that the babyface opposition of Team Belair will have the advantage. And if you
gotta get my other bag handy, ready to go for the shameless shill.
Yeah, there you go. And JJ, Jeff, let's also keep in mind, if you escape from the cage, your team forfeits. Capacity crowd on hand as the EST of WWE makes her way into the arena. But again, will she kick off things in War Games? And Bianca Belair is also a previous participant in this, JJ, as we know. She's actually going into her 3rd appearance, I believe, or 2nd.
There you go. Split braid there. I'm liking it. It's a little bit different for Bianca.
Oh, okay. I like that. Yeah, that's a little bit different. Maybe that means it's not as thick as before, but either way, she's still ready to take care of business. And speaking of TCB, when you say TCB, that only means one thing.
Shotzi.
This wild, unorthodox renegade is ready to play this game known as War Games.
Did I hear you say renegade?
Yes, and I think that's fitting. And of course, Shotzi Blackheart, she's also entering War Games now for the third time. And of course, joining Bianca Belair and Shotzi Blackheart is the queen of WWE. For the first time ever in her illustrious career, Charlotte Flair. We talked about all the time when it comes to Charlotte Flair and the accolades, the things that she has achieved in WWE and how many times she's made history. But Charlotte Flair is going into an unknown battlefield unlike anything she's ever been in before. Well, Charlotte Flair is no stranger to being under the lights and going to the big time. But if you talk about big time, you gotta bring the man into play as Becky Lynch comes in.
Noah?
Yes.
All the women are matching except for Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
They're all wearing pink and black. Becky is not wearing pink.
And it looks
Becky's
like Becky
going
Lynch,
down to start.
Becky Lynch is going to start it off for the team. To your point, again, JJ, we talked about it before. Becky Lynch stands on her own, but she still shares a common foe. And that's what this really is all about for this standing opposition to Damage Control. You even said it yourself. All four of these women have been somehow affected negatively by Damage Control since last year's SummerSlam. It was Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch, of course, that literally faced Damage Control first when they came back to WWE.
I'm still taken aback by the fact that she's not matching here. I feel like this smells disaster for the team.
Well, either that or a stone cold demeanor on a cold night in Chicago in the Windy City. I mean, Becky Lynch, again, she likes to stand on her own. I mean, she's the one that, again, she wanted to stand above the rest. That's the reason why she became the man. That means Bianca, Charlotte, and Shotzi will be locked inside the cage until the first 5 minutes is up and another person joins the fray. And for those that picked Becky Lynch as your starter, congratulations, you were right. And here comes the reason why we're here. Still hate the theme. Whoa.
All of them wearing masks. Very traditional Japanese looking kabuki warriors almost. To take a phrase from the tag team.
Asuka, Bayley, Io Sky, our current WWE Women's Undisputed Champion, and the newly returned Pirate Princess, Kairi Sane. What started off with Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky has evolved into a fearsome foursome with Dakota Kai that could be looming, but is not medically cleared to compete tonight. Damage Control has accomplished everything they've set out to do since coming back to WWE, to take control, to own the gold, to have the power, to stand unopposed.
And it looks like it will be Bayley to make the journey down to the ring there.
Bayley versus Becky.
Battle of the Horsewomen.
Well, Bayley also the leader of Damage Control, so the leader standing by example, starting off for her team.
Well, at least I got half of it right.
Yeah, you did. Good job.
I don't think I get a point for half, or do I? Do I get one?
Yeah,
for
you get
each
one
girl?
point. One point if you got either side right. It was up to 2 points, so good job. And of course, we can talk about the history of these two. Again, no love lost. We saw, of course, Bayley and Becky have their fallout inside a steel cage on Monday Night Raw at the later half of last year. And this will be Bayley's first time ever in War Games.
That's crazy to think about. When you think about all the bars and the levels that the horsewomen set within the WWE, for this to be the first time that she or Charlotte or Becky, for that matter, have ever set foot inside the structure.
Let me just
It's kind of crazy to think about it. And
Yeah,
of
it
course,
looks
this
like-
match being brought to us by Ruffles. Ruffles have ridges.
And
Pack a lot of crunch.
And what's great with Ruffles is Mountain Dew. Do the do, and we'll see who does the work in these first 5 minutes. And also, botch on my part. My apologies, folks. Bailey has been involved in 2 previous War Games matches. Their third as the bell rings are underway. And again, these two will duke it out, sell the pace for the first 5 minutes. So again,
and we know the baby faces have the advantage. So who do you think may be the one to come in and help gang up on Bailey at the end of the next 440 here?
I think it's going to be a real testament to how far this team goes if you bring Charlotte Flair in and you have 3 of the original 4 horsewomen of my NXT square off here. And of course, Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch, they are common enemies to Bailey, but they also have shared their own hostilities. When Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch are in the ring together, do they work together or do they oppose one another in the War Games environment? I think you put that to the test and you bring the queen in.
That's a fair assessment. You know, I'm all about keeping Charlotte Flair out of the match for as long as possible. We all know my feelings on her. But I do like that take there. I feel that's solid. And I feel like you said that would go to great lengths to show if the baby faces are going to be able to capitalize on things. Or do they begin to self-destruct at the seams right out of the gate, and Bailey somehow is able to just kind of stand back there and watch them combust?
And we got to see if these two are going to combust in the early going. It's one of those things we talked about strategy before. These two are going to be in the longest involvement in War Games. Again, the match is not going to start until all 8 women are in the ring. So again, what goes to your longevity here? What goes better to your endurance? Is it physically squaring off, or is it trying to be as physically involved as possible, or do you create distance? Like, what's the best strategy when you start War Games? You see right now, Becky Lynch just picking up speed and takes Bailey down with a clothesline.
I would think the best strategy would be to try to weaken your opponents. You know, you get that advantage and you want to do as much double team maneuvering as you can so that you can wear them down, you can exhaust them, you can take away their endurance, you can pick a body part. You know, Becky known for the disarm her. You know, Charlotte known for the figure 4 and the figure 8. You know, if you can start dissecting Bailey's limbs there, she's going to be less effective as the match goes on. And then you repeat process as more members of Damage Control come into the ring.
But Bailey's got to be aware of that danger, like you said, due to the fans' vote. Brought to you by Ruffles. It will be the baby faces with the opposition. It means Bailey will have to deal with Sachi Blackheart, Bianca Belair, or Charlotte Flair. And none of those women have any good things right now to be in Bailey's good graces. But again, both these women, they're a heavy accolade. I mean, again, Becky Lynch, multiple-time champion. Of course, she recently won the NXT Women's Championship to complete the Grand Slam. Both these women have won the SmackDown, the Raw, and the NXT championships. Bailey is a former Money in the Bank winner. And, God, suplex on that metal partition, binding the rings. As we're down to 1 minute and 50 seconds here. Again, 2 of these women have literally led the WWE for the so-called Women's Evolution since my NXT. Messy spot there, though, in the center. Key moment here right now is Bailey is in control of Becky Lynch. And right now, Bailey needs to be aware she has the upper hand. She has to remain in control of it, pun intended, because in a moment, it's going to become a handicap match. Looking to punish Becky here, try to send her to steel cage. And Becky right now, Becky chance running out as Bailey just driving the elbows in the back of Becky's head. And And again, in War Games, use the structure to your advantage. This cage could be your friend or your enemy. Especially those
backside of Bailey just crunched up against that cage.
And another one for Bailey as Becky Lynch continues the onslaught and immediately into the disarmer.
But it doesn't do any good right now. We can't get the pinfall or submission until all members are involved. There's Dakota Kai.
As I was talking about also, remember, Dakota Kai may not be medically cleared to compete, but she still could come into play. And she might have just gave Becky Lynch a weapon to use. And again, we talked about the whole setup of this group. We've seen lately how Dakota Kai has had more of a smile on her face since, Kairi Sane's return and Asuka's addition to Damage Control. And of course, Dakota Kai, also a previous participant in War Games, until she didn't get involved at all and betrayed her friend and became captain of Team Kick in the first place. And Barry right now with a kendo stick in hand. We are 5 seconds.
3, 2, 1-0. Who's
And
next?
Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Shotzi stands ready. She wants to be unleashed.
And
It's
here
Shotzi
comes the Blackheart.
She's ready to play a game. Shotzi Blackheart, of course, who still owes Bailey a haircut. And Bailey immediately going to the cage door, trying to prevent Shotzi from coming in. Oh!
And you talk about nobody is ready for Asuka. Bailey is not ready for Shotzi. And Shotzi going under the ring for something here.
Of course.
She's throwing some chairs around. I think she's looking for something specific. Maybe some clippers or something. There's a trash can now.
To War Games, the only thing that limits you is your imagination. Out come the toys early at War Games again, has not officially begun. So this is all 100% fine and legal. She's fine to stay on the outside and bring it as much as possible. And the clock is still going.
You got to figure Bailey can't even be upset about it. Dakota Kai just gave her a kendo stick.
Yeah, but Bailey
so
right
how
now,
can she be picky about the fact that Shotzi's bringing in some toys now?
Well, now we got Shotzi Blackheart and Bailey in play as Shotzi kicks the chair right into Bailey's face. The clock's officially begun now that Shotzi has entered the fray. And in the next 3 minutes, Bailey will finally get some help on Damage Control's half. And we're under 3 minutes here. Nice crossbody by Shotzi. And again, like you said, pinfall, submission, surrender does not matter at this point. It is literally nothing but a battle of endurance. And I would say that Shotzi's definitely the wild card here. And I'm not just saying that because of her extreme look, if we're being perfectly honest. I mean, this is an individual that was encouraged by one Amy Dumas, a.k.a. Lita, to become a WWE superstar in the first place. Step up. Oh! Launching herself off the chair. Reverse senton of sorts on the lower back of Bailey.
Modified poetry in motion using that chair as the assist.
And it looks like she's going for someone else reckless here. Oh my gosh! Shotzi just landed on the top of her head as Bailey caught her with a cutter coming in between the rings to the other side. And you see Becky, though, back to her feet as Bailey was going for the kendo stick with a little bit of tug of war here as Dakota Kai is on the outside. Got a kendo stick between Bailey and Becky. And Becky wailing away at Bailey. Swing and a miss. Uh-oh.
Batter up.
Well, talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place. And Bailey trying to climb her way out of the cell just to get away from these two individuals. And remember, if Bailey escapes early, her team surrenders. If anybody escapes at any point, your team loses War Games. And it looks like Bailey's not going to get a chance for any sort of reprieve here as Becky and Shotzi bring her back inside. Oh, on behalf of the JMN Multiverse of Media, Amy Dumas, our prayers of strength are with you in that passing. There is something special in a companion, folks, even on 4 legs.
Absolutely.
But there may not be something special here with all 3 of these women on the top row, JJ. I sense disaster. Trying to block as they're both headbanging each other into the cell. Shotzi almost losing her footing. Bailey and Becky and Shotzi across the top rope here. And Bailey falls down after getting launched off the cage. Now, what do Shotzi and Becky do here? What the heck? Bailey just trying to crawl towards something. I'm not sure what she's looking for. We're 14 seconds out. Oh!
Double axe handle, it looked like, with 8 seconds left.
And Shotzi and Becky might be firmly controlling the moment, but again,
3,
Bailey's about to have some help.
1.
It's Io Sky. Here comes Io Sky, the Gias of the Sky, and our current WWE Undisputed Women's Champion, also a previous participant in War Games. Let's not forget, this is the same woman that dived off the top of the cage while a trash can was on top of her.
And she's got a steel chain right now.
Oh, Lord.
Looks like everyone's bringing something in with them.
I also wanted to keep this in mind, JJ. Io Sky has the most appearances in women's War Game history. This will be her 6th appearance.
She's been in every one so far.
Correct.
I did my homework on that little tidbit.
Now Becky being literally chain whipped. Able to counter, though. Catches her with a forearm.
Yeah, we talk about Mr. WrestleMania. We talk about Mr. Survivor Series. Well, she is Ms. War Games here.
And of course, she's also been our WWE Undisputed Women's Champion since cashing in on Bianca Belair at SummerSlam, stepping across both rows with a beautiful springboard missile drop kick.
And then a kip up like it was nothing.
Genius of the Sky, as her name implies, former World of Stardom champion, one of the daughters of Stardom, the original three. Meteora to Shotzi Blackheart, followed Meteora to Becky Lynch, isolating both Becky and Shotzi in the far ring.
That's fair, Walter.
Io has single-handedly taken back control of this match. And now Damage Control looking to add further damage here. As what on earth is Io doing here? Bayley hands the trash can off to Io Sky while Becky runs into Bayley. Again, you all remember what happened the last time Io Sky had a trash can, right? This woman will literally dive without seeing. We're just under the 90-second mark before another position of Team Belair comes in, and Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair have yet to come into War Games. Charlotte Flair has never been in War Games before, and Bianca Belair is a previous participant, making her third appearance here tonight. The man played up a fight though, but again, Becky Lynch right now fighting up against Bayley and Io Sky out of the corner here. Might be looking to hook her up. It's Superplex! Hard landing for Becky Lynch.
A devastating double team by Damage Control.
Well, again, we talked about it before. The parts of the sum versus the sum of the parts. Damage Control stands as a united front, so it seems. And having that level of cooperation and cohesion is critical to win something like War Games.
But when you think about all the dissension that's been in Damage Control lately, it's kind of weird to see that they're still on this much of the same page, or even in the same book for that matter.
I think that still has yet to be determined when the other oppositions come in. And let's not forget Dakota Kai is looming on the outside as we are 10 seconds away from Becky Lynch and Shotzi Blackheart getting a little bit of aid. Will it be the EST or will it be the Queen? 3, 2, 1. Who will it be?
It's the team captain, the EST of the WWE.
The strongest, the quickest, the fattest, the fastest, the brightest, and possibly the smartest. We shall soon see as Bianca Belair might be looking to set up. Oh, crack that whip! And again, I think there's a reason why she has 2 braids, JJ. And Belair has not forgotten what happened at SummerSlam. Remember, she beat Charlotte Flair and Asuka to win the championship that Io Sky cashed in on her for. Giving 2 people a bit of punishment.
And the legacy of the Flairs being in the double cage later continues. We'll see when we get to the men's if the legacy of the Rhodes is starting out will continue as well.
And of course, Bianca Belair was on the injured list for about a month or so after that SummerSlam. Oh! Set up and over alley-oop style. Face first to a suspended trash can in the corner goes Io Sky. Bayley right now wielding a chair against the whip of Bianca's hair. Oh, meeting of the minds, impromptu. Bianca Belair taking full control. Planted with a spine buster.
Beautiful spine buster by Bianca, now turning her attention to Io.
And right now, just welling away at Io Sky in the corner. Again, like we said, it's a battle right now of just endurance, of continued punishment if you can dish it or if you can prevent it from happening to yourself. Io Sky and Bayley right now taking advantage of Bianca Belair's split braid. Fuller Belair off. Belair, though, nice moveset out of the corner. Bringing Io Belair in, catching both of them. Wow! Incredible feat of strength by Bianca Belair with the double flex. But Shotzi, top rope, and Becky Lynch, opposite corner, top rope. Becky with a leg drop. Shotzi dives on top of Io Sky. Belair, Shotzi, and Lynch stand tall so far in War Games. And again, we see the importance of the advantage when you have that extra person power, even for just 3 minutes.
I'm getting concerned, though, Noah. They're way too dominant.
Yeah, and usually, again, your hubris can be your downfall. And it looks like the Pirate Princess will be marching her way into War Games. Kairi Sane. Taking her time here, though. Yeah, Kairi in no hurry here.
Skip to my loo, my darling.
Well, you also talk about those issues with damage control. To your point, let's not forget, it was Bayley that sent Kairi Sane sailing back in 2020. Is that a trash can lid? All right.
Yes, it is.
I can only imagine what's going through Kairi's mind right now. Oh! Spinning back fist trash can lid. Staring it right into Shotzi Blackheart and then drop kicking it into Becky Lynch.
Am I the only one that's like wishing for a return of Pirate Paul Burchill to join her?
I literally made that reference a few weeks ago. I would love to see that. Not gonna lie. And Kairi Sane for control. Was Kairi Sane to help Io Sky retain the title at Crown Jewel? Oh! Sliding forearm up against the steel with Bianca Belair. It's almost like Kairi Sane's just having fun here for the time being right now. Io Sky with the scoop slam to Shotzi Blackheart by Bayley puts the boots towards Becky Lynch. And damage control right now, once again, assuming control of War Games here. And we still have yet one more competitor to come into this match before this match officially begins.
The Queen and the Empress.
And right now they're planting Shotzi Blackheart, burying her under some steel chairs. Let's see what's going to happen here. Up and oh! Pop up elbow drop. Insane elbow drop on Shotzi Blackheart by Kairi Sane, courtesy of Io Sky. With a bunch of steel chairs come to play. Watch this, JJ. Take a look at the replay here. Damn. There you go. Freaking, what they call that? Subliminal messaging. Buy chips. Buy chips. Buy chips.
The more you know.
Yes, indeed. I know this, though. In a minute and 13 seconds, we will have the Queen enter the field, and that will mean all of Team Belair will be officially in War Games.
Good. So I emptied my bag just in time to barf over Charlotte Flair and her dominance.
Well, how about the dominance of Bianca Belair with the military press the throw over to Kairi Sane over Bayley and Io Sky.
Don't look at me like that, Meacham.
I saw that.
I am allowed my opinion. If I can sit here on a regular, consistent basis and listen to you spout out about your hatred towards Phil, I can get my shots in on your precious Queen, damn it.
But you digress.
Because at least Phil made his name on his own. Your Queen made her name off of the heels of her daddy. And riding his robe tails. Thank you. Next. Back to two shots, sir.
All right, and other news, it's windy tonight in the Windy City as we are back here at War Games, sponsored by Ruffles. 13 seconds till Charlotte Flair comes to the field. Stay tuned for the picture-in-picture break, folks, of a video showcase, Superstar Showcase, where I'm sure Jeff will have a rebuttal. And right now, damage control in control while the Queen is about to enter the frame. 3, 2, 1. Charlotte Flair is about to enter War Games! For the first time ever in her career, Charlotte Flair has entered this devilish structure. It is now 4-on-3 as all of Team EST has entered the rings. And now Charlotte Flair catching Io Sky. What a faraway throw into Bayley in the corner.
Yeah, it looked like a great throw, but a horrible camera angle.
Yeah, about to say, I'm not sure that was a great catch by Bayley either. I think that hurt Bayley worse than was originally intended as Kairi Sane lost her footing. And of course, Io Sky previously defended the title against Charlotte Flair and was able to successfully thanks to damage control's interference.
And the crowd goes mid for the Queen.
And Charlotte Flair throws Kairi Sane into the structure. And the 16-time, because I recognize NXT, damn it, 16-time champion right now is taking control of this match. Io Sky looking for the T-Harris, but the power of the Queen taking her over, hoisting her up.
Ooh,
oh,
Jesus.
Man!
It would have been bad enough to just power bomb her bouncer on that cage, but for her to slide down that thing,
Yeah, about
ouch!
to say. Yeah, I thought it
My
was gonna be a
back screams in pain for her.
I thought it was gonna be a power bomb. Instead, she just grading her all the way down like a freaking piece of cheese. Damage control, though, finally taking advantage of the Queen, taking her off her feet. Bayley, Kairi Sane versus the Queen. And of course, we all know it was Charlotte Flair that caused Bayley to go heel in the first place after Bayley lost her title after beating Charlotte Flair for the title with Money in the Bank.
And the crowd making it known what they want here. No, it's not CM Punk. They want tables, Noah.
I'm pretty sure somebody's going to bring a table to play while Charlotte... Wow, double blockbuster off the top!
It would have been great if the camera had caught it, but I digress.
Yeah, Kevin Dunn, botch. A sort of modified natural selection. Uh-oh. It's JJ. You even said it yourself. This is what determines what happens here tonight. Does it all go south with these two? Never mind.
Ooh. Notice the way Io and Kairi tried to get them pushed into each other, start some drama.
Again, if you could add more fuel to the fire and it plays to your advantage, why wouldn't you? But right now, Damage Control posing more of a threat than the initial rivalry between Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch. Becky right now taking on Kairi Sane and Bayley, while Charlotte Flair is taking Kairi Sane up on her, Io Sky up on her shoulders. I believe Io Sky has a steel chain. And Charlotte Flair off to the top rope. What on earth? Io Sky trying to get out of harm's way for what it's worth. I don't know if they're looking for a poison Rana or electric chair drop. And you can see the concern on Dakota Kai's fist on the outside. Charlotte driven off the top rope. And again, you cannot escape. If you fall out of this cage, your team forfeits.
Oh, shit.
She's up to... What on earth? And she brought a chain down to Dakota Kai. Obviously, to hoist someone up. Oh, no. Well, this is unique. I mean, I've heard of a crane lift, but... All right.
Dakota with the assist to get the Genius of the Sky her trash can.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Io Sky with a trash can at the top of the structure now. And it drops the chain inside the cell. The chain just lying around everywhere as Io Sky tries to find her footing with a trash can perched on top of the structure. What the hell is this crazy Genius of the Sky about to do?
The Genius of the Sky is about to fly.
Oh, no. And she's about to fly blindly. It's the return.
Holy shit,
Of
Noah.
the Io Sky bomb. Io Sky, you're insane.
Crossbody off the top of the double cage while stuffed inside of the trash can, demolishing all the other women in the ring. Sans the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, who will be entering the fray in 8 seconds and counting.
What the fuck, Io Sky? You're crazy. What unbelievable risk taken by Io Sky as the Empress of Tomorrow is finally coming in tonight, meaning once she enters the fray, War Games officially begins. And she's not
Asuka's
entering
digging
yet.
for something. She said one moment.
And you see Dakota Kai just looking on, and what the world?
More kendo sticks, it looks like.
I'm guessing that's what those are. They look more like a beefed up kendo stick. As she's not done. Yes, she's being a kendo stick forever. Take a look at this. Io Sky drops
And the
blindly.
crowd is going crazy for the table that Asuka is pulling out right now.
As if they weren't going crazy enough with the bomb known as Io Sky, that did not drop on Nagasaki, but dropped in the entire field at War Games.
Now, Io Sky jumped off that cage like Hans Gruber falling off of Nakatomi Plaza.
There's chairs, there's kendo sticks, there's a fire extinguisher, there's a Io Sky that dropped with a trash can on their head, and there's Charles Robinson and Jessica Carr in the ring. As, ladies and gentlemen, War Games officially has begun.
Brought to you by Ruffles.
Now the match is officially underway. Pinfall submission determines our winner.
And all the baby faces are still laid out on the other side of the ring, Noah. Damage control with the complete advantage, weapons in hand.
Yeah, I think they just realized that as they're going to swinging. That's one of the most ridiculous damn faces I've ever seen. Io Sky, you are nutting foots. Damage control just teeing off on everybody here, picking their spots and taking their shots. The scars of battle, something you never recover from. That's the history of War Games. Of course, some of these competitors already know that, being previous challengers. Io Sky and Asuka right now trapping Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair, tying them up with that steel chain. And again, Kairi Sane, Asuka, former tag champions. Oh, look at that. The four corner drop kick.
God.
Four corner drop kick. North, south, east, and west connects with Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair in the dead middle of the ring.
Well, that takes out half of the team.
Well, I mean, hey, you neutralize half your opposition, you isolate the other half, easy win. By any means necessary, right? Anything goes. Damage control looking to inflict their fair share of damage. Becky right now, literally trashed. Meanwhile, Asuka, but Shotzi meeting Asuka on the opposite side. Wow, the mist! The mist! Shotzi blinded!
That means the Meltzer of the Multiverse is ahead of us, so please refrain from spoilers
What
until we get to that part of the match. Thank you.
Drop kick by Asuka. Here's the cover on Becky Lynch to win War Games. It's not over. 2 count only. Great resolve shown by the man. Watch this, JJ. The blue mist blinding Shotzi Blackheart.
Well, a wise man once said, to be the man, you gotta beat the man, and they did not pin the man for that exchange.
They nearly did, though. 2.5 by the Empress of Tomorrow. And of course, it was Asuka and Becky Lynch that once feuded over the Raw Women's title. And we have seen how literally the last couple of minutes have changed in favor entirely for damage control. You see Charlotte Flair, the only one left standing, as Io Sky drives her face first to a trash can, while Asuka, Bayley, and Kairi Sane are setting up a table, and Io Sky just teeing off with a kendo stick to Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair, and Shotzi again blinded by the mist.
And let me just tell you from experience, those kendo stick shots do not feel good. I've taken both kendo sticks and PVC piping over the back before.
Good Lord. Kendo stick, at least, but PVC piping at least don't split. But kendo stick, you gotta imagine that splinters the more and more you use it. Again, pinfall submission determines the winners of this women's War Games. You see Becky Lynch just trying to fight back to her feet, as Bianca Belair is as well, while Io Sky and Bayley are taking the queen up in the corner.
Yeah, Becky, looks like they're going to set up for the proverbial Tower of Doom spot here.
Oh, no,
maybe not.
Whoa, power bombs by Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair to Io Sky and Bayley. And Charlotte Flair can't believe it. But Charlotte, wait a second. Charlotte, what are you doing?
We going to get a little bit of Flair air here?
No. This is not wise. The Charlotte Flair's at the top of the cage. That's friggin' 12 feet above the ring. You gotta be kidding me.
Air Flair with the moonsault, going for the pinfall on Bayley.
Cover to win the War Games. No. Golly, I think her knees connected with Io Sky's head. Watch this. From the top of the cage, the Queen descends, catches all of particularly Bayley and Io Sky, and still not enough to win.
Bianca crawling from the one cage. Shotzi's laid out in the middle. Everybody else KO'd in the other cage.
Yeah, you saw that nice little overhead shot of the destruction of the fallen bodies of War Games here.
Noah, Becky and Charlotte are double teaming, sir.
Yeah, I've noticed that right now. And oh, nice stalling vertical suplex to Io Sky. Kairi Sane kicked the midsection as Becky and Charlotte are working together, hoisting Kairi Sane up. Kairi Sane might be going for a ride.
Great teamwork by 2 of the 4 horsewomen.
Huge modified powerbomb there. And it is on now as Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch stand tall together. But will they well, look at that!
You got to give the people what they want.
Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair embracing one another, hyping each other.
And Asuka trying to get the roll up, as is Io.
Cover! Ooh, all it takes is 3 seconds. Meanwhile, Becky Lynch taking Asuka down to the disarmer while Charlotte Flair looks for the figure 4, might look for the figure 8, and there is no rope break inside War Games. It doesn't matter. Io Sky in a world of trouble. Charles Robinson and purposes of both these attempted submission encounters.
But look at Kairi Sane in the corner there.
And Bailey has an elbow drop to Charlotte Flair on the opposite corner. And Kairi hits an elbow, but hits the knee of Becky Lynch. And Becky into the disarmer. Locked in on Kairi Sane. Oh, the running knee strike.
Jesus.
Every possible saying you think somebody has control, it changes. Missed the high kick. Meanwhile, Bianca there hoisting Asuka. Electric chair position. Shotzi now out of the corner. Drop kick. Down goes Asuka. Shotzi now into the cover. Is it enough here? And barely saves the matchup. Flying right over Charles Robinson.
Yeah, can we just mention real quick, if it hasn't already been touched on and I missed it, we've got a little Nate in a match with the Flair. Just throwing that out there.
Thank you. Good night, Your Honor. Save at the last possible second, over and over and over again. Damage control remains in this battle. Becky Lynch squaring off now with Kairi Sane, looking for the spinning back fist, the cutlass.
And the table still set up right there.
Reverse DDT to Kairi Sane. Now Bailey with the mid kick, looking for Rosebud. Connects on Becky Lynch. I thought she was going to go for the cover, but Shotzi Blackheart now coming into play. Shotzi with the sliced bread to Bailey. Went for the miss again. Dr. Nave and a fire extinguisher to Asuka by Bianca Belair. Bianca with a miss of her own. And Io Sky with a chair in the back. That's one way to literally extinguish somebody.
Ooh.
Dagger suplex. Oh, her spinning trash with a trash can lid. Wow, boot by Charlotte Flair. And Charlotte Flair right now, she's poised, looking for a spear. Looking to say bon voyage to Kairi, and Bailey intercepts and takes it. Charlotte speared Bailey. And now Shotzi to the top rope here. Hit the senton bomb, Bianca Belair. Hooks up Bailey.
I think we know what we're going to get here. KOD.
KOD! But there's still a table in the ring.
I thought she was going to do it through the table.
That had to feel good, considering how much freaking madness Damage Control have put Bianca Belair through, especially Bailey. And Becky right now calling the play. Charlotte, Shotzi, and Bianca setting Bailey up. And she could barely stand here. Up to the second rope. Manhandle slam from the table. The cover. 1, 2. Team Belair with the win. Damage Control, damage goods tonight in Chicago.
Wow.
Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Shotzi Blackheart victorious. What an incredible performance by all 8 competitors, but what a show by Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair particularly. They worked together and came out on top in the end. Damage Control failed.
Wow.
You can't put an asterisk with this. This is as pure as a victory as it gets.
Absolutely. Producer man, can I ask for a solo shot real quick, sir?
What a show. What a match.
Yeah,
what a performance.
Trying to get the... No, I can clear it off. Thank you.
Damage Control, damage goods as their leader goes down tonight.
All the people that said that Shotzi was just here to eat the pinfall, I got 2 words for you. Fuck off. And now, thank you.
Let's go back to the replay here. Again, JJ, what the fuck? Bam!
Right?
Only Io Sky is that insane to do something like that. And then Charlotte Flair with the highest of moonsaults connecting. And of course, that wasn't enough. Look at what Charlotte and Becky did to Kyrie, landing her back to Japan with that power bomb.
Bananas.
Side by side the entire night, and then the legs up off the insane elbow attempt, hooking Kyrie Sane into the disarmor. I told you right now this might be a sign of things to come. As Bayley came in with that knee, though. Talk more about that later. Then you see the sled spread by Shots out of the corner, barely intercepting the spear by Charlotte Flair, and was at the mercy of the opposition. Barely took the bullet for her team and the pinfall. Watch this. Charlotte Flair looking for Kyrie. Bam! Just broke Bayley in half. And unfortunately, it was the prelude to the end for Bayley with the avalanche manhandle slam through the table. Bayley beyond damage. Becky Lynch gets the win. And of course, you celebrate how in War Games at the top of the cage.
That's right. And of course, that match was brought to you by Ruffles. Ruffles have ridges available in a number of assorted flavors at your local convenience stores and supermarkets today.
Yeah,
and
no.
The Survivor Series War Games kicks off with Bianca Belair, Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and Shotzi Blackheart standing tall in the end.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, look at that. Shout out to Rage of Wrestling. Got a $2 super chat. The story will be Bayley sacrificing herself. You did see the
more than twice
disposition of Kyrie Sane after Bayley took that bullet. That has to speak values.
Yes, boy.
Oh, F this.
As we see the Alpha Academy, Chelsea and Piper all in the back eating some Ruffles.
Chelsea done jet blacked your hair out.
Ay.
Don't. Never steal a fat man's chips. What's the matter with you?
Oh, no.
Oh, that was deadly of them to do it. Pretty deadly of that.
But our truth.
Hey!
What's up?
Where'd he come from?
IR. He's walking pretty good on that one bad leg.
I don't have anything to say about this right now, as this is your promotional break to literally go grab yourself a pack of chips.
Oh my goodness. Oh my damn it. Tozawa. Oh no.
Go to Sawa. Go to Zawa, get busy.
You're pretty deadly dancing with him. God damn it.
Yes, boy.
As we have a commercial break, let me remind you the next time we cover WWE main level PLE is the last one for 2023. The countdown will officially be underway, and we will see who makes their way through the field and claims their spot in the main event of WrestleMania. It's unpredictable. It's mind-blowing. It's dream-making. It's astonishing. It's crazy. It's surprise-filled. It's completely unpredictable. It's the first time of the road to WrestleMania. It is, of course, the Royal Rumble. January 27th, we'll cover it here on the JMN Multiverse of Media.
Yes.
All right, go ahead and talk yourselves. I need a drink.
I was going to say, JJ, Noah mentioned, the performances of Becky and Charlotte. Let us not undersell Bayley for a moment.
No, Bayley was the true MVP of that match.
Yes,
Anybody
she was.
that thinks less needs their eyes freaking checked.
No kidding, man. Bayley was on her game. The super chat was 100% on. That will be the story. Whenever this breakup goes down, that will be the story.
Ding, 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 ding.
I mean, black don't crack, Walter. But it is what it is.
That's fair. I was also going to say, something told me tonight they were going to have both baby faces win, even though they gave the baby faces the advantage. Because at the end of the day, who's got the bigger story? Is it Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch, or is it Bayley and where she stands with damage control? And speaking of stories,
Yes, we get the WWE's favorite Muppet, Sami Zayn, and the King of Yeet, Jey Uso.
Usi boys.
Yeet's going to be the word 2023. I'm calling it right now.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeet.
Yeet. I'm also glad I changed my pick to Team Bianca. Thank you.
Thank you. That's right. I got it. There you go.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, Jeff. Baby faces with the advantage. I was going back in my mind, but I was like,
yeah.
I looked at the feeling like Bayley has to tell the story. She did.
Yeah, she did. I'm going to address a chat, but since it wasn't super chatted, I was going to bring up the point anyway. Give me a little bit here, Jay. Just a little bit. Charlotte did her Papa Proud in War Games, her first time out, did she not?
She did.
Okay, there we go.
I am humble enough that I can say, especially when she and Becky started teaming up, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, it's crazy. In 2023, we've got a Flair in a War Games match, and we got a Rhodes in a War Games match to end the night.
Yep. And the Flair was in the War Games match refed by Little Nate.
Right?
The full circle moment of all forms. And
but right now,
circle moment. Oh boy.
But right now, we are going to find out how sacred the mat truly is as the Ring General Gunther takes on The Miz.
I don't know if both of them are ringside or not, but WWE, if you're watching, let Samantha Irvin do the intros, please.
You can only hope. That's all I'm going to say about that. You can only hope.
Well, but Josh, to your comment, Orton, or the original Orton during that era was never in a War Games match.
Yeah. So
Josh is missing. Jeff, hang on. Hey, give me a second. God, I can only move so fast to the production table. Okay, let's. Yeah, we'll do this one.
Shut the fuck up, Josh.
Damn, Cape Rayer. If Miz is getting chopped back to Tough Enough, then he's getting chopped all the way back to like 2006.
2004.
2004?
2004, XMV era, 2004. That's a long chop.
Because sometimes I forget how old the original season was.
Yeah,
that's the thing with me. Like, I always forget how old the original season was, and that was like 2000.
Yeah, it was.
That gum.
Yeah, because figure it this way: Maven was at WrestleMania 18 the year after that season aired. So that was 2001 for that season. Tough Enough 2, 2002. I don't think Tough Enough 3 was quite all in 2003. I could be off on that. But I remember Tough Enough 4 wasn't called 4. It was the $1 Million Tough Enough, and it was on a part of SmackDown.
Yeah, I remember
that was definitely in 2004 because that was, I'll never forget that as long as I live.
Yeah, because Big Show, of course, he challenged.
You know what? I'm sorry. I am sorry. It was late 2003 because Pewter was in the 2004 Royal Rumble, was he not?
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
He was part of that Benoit. No, wait. Because I remember Benoit was in the match early with them because he came out early. Pewter did.
Benoit was number one the year he won it.
Number one that year.
Right, but he was also number one or early on in 2005 as well. It may have been 05. So it was either late 04 going into 05 for Miz. Either way, it's still 20 or more years ago, which is bonkers to think about.
Yeah.
We're getting old, Jay. Oh my God. Excuse me, all the hell. I apologize.
I will say this. I mean, you can talk about years, you can talk about age, but talk about the word respect, because that's really what this comes down to. Respect for the Intercontinental Championship, respect for the match is sacred, respect for being a WWE superstar. And let's be honest, guys, The Miz has always been the butt of criticism when it comes to that. And Gunther alluded to that in his latest promo, tirade The Miz on Monday Night Raw. But The Miz got the better of the Ling General that night. I don't know if The Miz can do the same thing, though, twice, especially where it matters the most. And that is for a title that he has not held since WrestleMania 34. April 2018, he lost the championship in that triple threat to Finn Balor, and the guy that won it, Seth freaking Rollins. He has not been involved with the Intercontinental Championship since.
Yeah, I think you looked at the correction, JJ. So if you want to correct me, go right ahead. But
yeah, I did look up the correction. Not that people need to put you on blast in the chat like that and be rude, but it was the 2005 Rumble that he participated in, as the season finale was December 14th, 2004, televised December 16th, 2004.
Okay, that makes sense.
My only boss was against Hardcore Holly himself, forgetting the fact that he was the WWE Championship challenger of the 2004 Rumble, which, sorry for forgetting that minor blip in history.
I mean, the keyword, Jeff, is minor. I don't think we're meant to remember everything.
Seriously, and when you figure that thing was like 18 years ago,
right?
You've had how much head trauma since then? No disrespect intended.
And damn, you're 20. Yeah, that's that's okay. Speaking of trauma, there'll probably be some bodily trauma to the Miz here momentarily. Have fun, boys.
Here comes the awesome one.
Yes, for sure.
Well, there's one thing you can say about the Miz. You certainly can never count him out and be a must-see, JJ.
Absolutely. And the other thing you can always say about The Miz is he is what his theme song calls him, and that is awesome.
He's also a 2-time WWE champion and a 8-time Intercontinental champion. If he wins tonight, he will tie Chris Jericho for the number of reigns.
He's a 2-time Grand Slam champion also, the only 2-time Grand Slam champion. And dare I say, a first ballot Hall of Famer. Once he decides to hang up his trench coat, headband, and boots, he should definitely be going in the following year. And I know a lot of people 18 years ago, wouldn't have thought that about Mike Mizanin. But how can you argue with all of his accomplishments within the squared circle?
Well, again, we talk about longevity, we talk about accomplishments. What about the accomplishments that Gunther has done in an incredibly short span of time? Again, record longest reign NXT United Kingdom champion, 870 days, and he has reigned triumphant, bringing honor, prestige to the Intercontinental Championship, a feat we have not seen the likes of when it comes to the value of this title since probably the Miz in 2016. He has now held this title for 534 days, opposing and overcoming Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, Chad Gable, Tommaso Ciampa, Bronson Reed, just name a few victims. And he's going into his 19th defense of this championship.
Well, Gunther, Walter, whatever you want to call him, has made the Intercontinental Championship must-see TV once again. And again, it does not matter how you feel about the man, the performer, the entertainer. You cannot deny the prestige and the respect that he has brought back to arguably the second most important championship in WWE history. Some people would say a championship that is even more important than the World Championship itself, especially when Gunther is actually around to defend it, while certain champions are off on vacation for months at a time.
But you digress as we are underway here. And think about this, JJ. The Ling General has barely been pinned or submitted in his entire career. In fact, he has an 8-8 decision himself literally for nearly 2 years. The last loss he had, if you want to call it a loss, was a circumstance, a count out. And Chad Gable paid for it, but Chad Gable is probably one of his toughest challengers to date. Next to Sheamus, who, again, the only title Sheamus has yet to win is the Intercontinental Championship in his illustrious career. And also, Gunther is the Iron Man of the Royal Rumble, going the entire distance only to fall short to Cody Rhodes. You got to consider if The Miz somehow pulls the upset tonight, regardless what you think, Gunther has to be one of your first candidates to win next year's Royal Rumble.
Absolutely. There is still a part of me, despite what I predicted in our predictions league, that would like to see the Reign General walk into WrestleMania still the Intercontinental Champion, challenging for the World Heavyweight Championship and pulling a WrestleMania 6 Ultimate Warrior, walking out of there with both belts and having to surrender the Intercontinental Championship, having never been beaten for it.
Similar to what Keith Lee did when he won the NXT North American Championship and the NXT Championship at the same time against Sam Cole at Great American Bash. He surrendered the North American title and held on to the NXT World Championship. So,
the disrespect with the paintbrush there to Gunther.
And again, trying to take advantage now as he's got Gunther's legs caught in between the ropes. I mean, no, Miz is an opportunist. He preys on opportunity where he can try and get. He tries to use the ring to his advantage. And of course, the figure four leg lock was passed down by Ric Flair to him as well. Like you said, he's a Grand Slam champion, former WWE champion, Intercontinental, United States. He's multiple-time tag team champion. He's a former Money in the Bank holder, winner, and successful cash-in, one of the most notorious cash-ins in Money in the Bank history. And this match truly does come down to respect because to this day, The Miz still feels like not only Gunther, but the WWE still doesn't give him the respect he deserves. And that's really what this is about at the end of the day. Title and the pride. And the figure for a leg lock around the ring post on Gunther. And again, the title can only change hands via pinfall submission inside the right ring here, by the way. But still, very smart strategy by The Miz.
Yeah, to your point, man, The Miz is an opportunist. The Miz is playing mind games with Gunther that I don't think Gunther was prepared for. You know, we heard the promo on Raw. Gunther does not take The Miz seriously.
And
I think that provides a slight mental edge to The Miz because he's able to go in there and just do these things that Gunther is not expecting. Catch him off guard, take him off his game, do things like he was doing there with the legs, trying to weaken them, you know, trapping one on the rope, then using the ring apron to hit the other one, then setting up the figure four. You know, granted, he's getting beaten right now in the corner by Gunther, but because Gunther wasn't taking him seriously, it gives Miz opportunities like that. And now Gunther gloating like he is going to just give Miz more opportunities.
I want to give a shout out to the JMN Multiverse of Media watching across all 5 channels. Thank you so much. If you are enjoying this, please subscribe, comment, tell a friend, and super chat Kazini Studios. And The Miz right now fighting valiantly, trying to fight back, chopping at Gunther. And of course, Gunther is unorthodox. He is a throwback. He is physically dominant. He could do more with less. That has always been his MO. There's a reason why he is called the Ring General. Nice scoop slam there by Gunther. And Gunther has also gotten down in weight, and that also has improved his endurance and his matches too. And that's also fine-tuned him. Again, like I said, he overcame both Drew McIntyre and Sheamus at WrestleMania. He has overcome Bronson Reed most recently. That was an incredible feat itself. He overcame the technical prowess of Chad Gable. Anybody that has opposed Gunther and what he has stood for have fallen. And of course, The Miz has had an incredible career, but his career has only primarily been in WWE. Gunther is world recognized. We're talking progress. We're talking about WXW. Oh, God, what a suplex.
Talking pro wrestling gorilla.
But again, what do people say? Unless you can make it into WWE, does all of that mean anything? But Gunther has proven that not only can he make it in WWE, he can exceed at it. And Gunther, again, he's not a normal human. I mean that in the nicest way. He has a style that doesn't relate a lot to what you see today in the current superstars in WWE, and that plays to his advantage and strength.
Yeah, WWE is like New York City, you know. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
And the Reign General having his way and doing it his way, not in New York, but in the Windy City tonight. Take a look at this, JJ. Boom! That's a boot to the face if I've ever seen it. You don't have to like the way that he expresses himself, but you gotta respect what Gunther has done with the Intercontinental Championship.
with professional wrestling in general. To your point, Gunther is a throwback. You know, to find a modern wrestler like Gunther, you've got to look at guys like William Regal and Fit Finlay. And then you think about how long ago those guys were in their prime. And that just really puts into perspective what a throwback Gunther really is. Yeah, you've got your Bryan Danielsons and maybe even your Kenny Omegas, your Will Ospreys, but there's just something about Walter Gunther that's on a completely different level from those guys, at least in my personal opinion.
And based on what I've seen since he's shown up under the WWE banner back in NXT UK, completely agree. Let's not forget he's the guy that beat Pete Dunne in his incredible run at 685 days as the NXT UK champion. Oh, and Miz, though, with a great strategy here, attacking the leg once again. Brand on the second rope, weakening it for the figure 4 leg lock. And you see Gunther right now, a bit crumbled in his vertical base, having trouble affirming his footing.
Did you see the way that Gunther wiped the mat with his hand there? Kind of like Punk does the It's Clobbering Time? It's another clue.
And just the subtle teases tonight. And again, Miz right now taking out the legs of Gunther. Nice chop block to the back of the left leg. And momentum starting to build right now for the A-lister. Looking to become a must-see 9-time Intercontinental champion. What a high kick! And another one right underneath the jaw to Gunther. Now attacking the left arm. And the Miz is showing us something we haven't seen out of him in a long time. I mean, you consider the Miz's track record as of late. He has not had the strongest 2023. He's lost to Cody. He's lost to LA Knight. Yeah, he's still the guy that's must-see because he chooses to be obnoxious and on your screen. But as far as momentum in that ring, it's been rather stalling for the Miz. And this is a huge chance for him. Oh, but one chop just bat the Miz up into the ropes. Just need to close eye. Miz trying to pick up speed up and around. DDT! And the cover! Do we have a new Intercontinental champion? No!
And really quickly, while we have a brief lull in the action, ding, ding, ding. Thank you, Pop, for the $10 super chat. Greatly appreciate you there.
Take a look at this counter, JJ. Into the tick around DDT. Nearly scored Miz the 3. Been a while since I've seen the Miz pull that out.
Absolutely. Miz is going back into Arsenal, man. People sleep on the Miz.
God.
People been sleeping on the Miz for years, you know. It's like Eminem said about forgetting about Dre. People didn't forgot about the Miz and some of the stuff he can actually pull out when he wants to. Very much like how John Cena would just stick to his style, hit his 5 moves of doom, but every now and again, you'd get him in the ring with an Angle, a Benoit, a Jericho, a Michaels, a Hunter Hearst Helmsley, and he'd have to go to that next level to really pull out all the stops. And that's what's happening right now with the Miz. Gunther is taking Miz to that next level and making him have to pull out those stops. Dig back into the bag of tricks. Go into the vault, the archive.
And Gunther right now a bit insulted that the Miz survived that ridiculous dropkick powerbomb combination, but still exercising his will as the Miz right now is covering up. Very few people have kicked out of the powerbomb. And right now, Con a sleeper. And Miz has to find some sort of way to get to the ropes or force a break. Can't quite get there, though, as Gunther tries to control his body, bring him closer back to center. And Miz able to find his way, though, as Gunther tries to rip him off. But you see the Miz right now extracting the turnbuckle pad.
Oh!
And a mule kick. A low blow behind the ref's back. And another one right on the uprights. You gotta be kidding me! A skull-crushing finale! And the referee has a cover to the Miz's. No!
Whoa! I thought that was gonna be it for a split second.
He almost stole it. Look at this. Look at this. He ripped the turnbuckle pad off. He mule kicked him perfectly timed behind the official's back, and then caught another kick straight in the uprights, almost more so to the inner hamstring. Skull Crush finale hit perfectly. Not enough. And everybody thought that was it, to your point.
And the Miz feeling it. He's trying to get the crowd behind him. You got to figure, no, if he can get a second one, then that has got to be it here.
And he's going for it, to your point, but Gunther able to counter again immediately back in the sleeper hold, center of the ring, trying to Gunther. Gunther head first! It's an exposed real, but immediately sleeper hold again with the round through, and the shooter stab on the miss. No!
Gunther had to release the sleeper hold because of the pinfall attempt.
Again, like we talked about all the time when it comes to submissions, you risk your own body getting pinned. And right now, Miz is just squaring off against Gunther, who seems unfazed by the contact with that exposed turnbuckle pad. And both these men just throw at each other. What a clothesline! Taking the Miz off of his feet, decked him. Now Gunther trying to find an appropriate corner, might be looking for that big splash. If he hits this, there is no way the Miz kicks out. Top rope splash to the lower back of the Miz.
But Miz was kind of rolled on his side there. I don't think he took all the punishment.
Yeah, I think Gunther realizes it, though, but he punishes back enough that he might tap out to his fundamentals holds and gets full Boston Crab. Sitting down on the lower back of the Miz. The Miz, though, very close to the ropes, though, elevating his body. Trying to find reprieve. Gunther dragging him away, though. Now high angle. You see the knee on the lower back, and that is it. The Miz forced the tap.
Noah, he made him tap to the Lion Tamer.
Yep, exactly.
He made him tap to Jericho's submission. The man he would have tied had he won. He made him tap to his submission.
WWE may not recognize Chris Jericho, but Gunther clearly does. As Gunther, you don't talk about digging deep in the playbook. Sometimes you got to dig beyond your own. Gunther with a Lion Tamer submission hold beats the Miz and still remains control over the Intercontinental Championship. The match is sacred and the Miz is proudly broken.
You got to wonder what's going through Gunther's mind because, like I said, he was taking the Miz very lightly. Miz put up a hell of a fight. Does Gunther respect the Miz now? Or does he still think that the Miz is just a joke?
Again, to your point, you saw the psychology the Miz used. You saw the way that Gunther hit jaw first in that ring post and then almost got caught with the shoulders down at the attempted sleeper hold again. Miz trying to capitalize, but took his head off with that clothesline. And then you saw Gunther change position as he went for that splash. And while the Miz might have looked to protect himself being on his back, that ended up being his downfall. As the pressure applied, you see the knee on the spine and side. Miz was forced to tap. Record-setting reign of Gunther continues at 535 days come tomorrow. Who can stop the Ligne de la Roll? Still our WWE Intercontinental Champion. But good match by The Miz. Again, The Miz, he put in the work. He showed how far he's willing to go. He also continues to show how far he's come. But he still falls short. And if there's one thing we know about The Miz, he has a very easy ego that can be bruised. He's going to be hurting for this one for a long time. Wow. We got another break here.
Like I said in the chat room, man, that spot with the skull crusher finale after the two nut shots, my heart done leapt into my throat. I'm like, whoa, it's gonna happen.
I would have lost my shit. I almost had to pull the head. I was like, Gunther lose? What? I was like, no way, no freaking way. That close, that freaking close. That's ridiculous.
And to the chat room, if you think you all are not sending until after it's called, stick your hands in your pockets till you hear the call. I love y'all. I've called you out in the chat room. I called you out in private chat, but I'm saying it verbally, so there's no confusion. Let these gentlemen do their job as they are doing it oh so masterfully. Then feel free to comment the shit out of it in the chat room. But until then, let the men do their thing. I love you. I love you all. Even you. Yeah, you. Even you. Not you so much. You can fuck off. But the rest of you, we're good.
Well, again, nothing but respect for The Miz. But at the end of the day,
you know,
who can dethrone Darling General? Seriously.
JJ, like you always say, you and I have watched Mike from the beginning, and it is so gratifying to see how far he's come and how he's still performing at that A level. I love it. Oh, here we go.
To my knowledge, I think he's only had one injury in his whole career as well.
As far as a long-term, take him out for a while, yeah.
People call him soft. I didn't.
Not sure about the white shirts, but I kind of dig them.
I like them. I
Judge
think
me down the
Natalie
screen for
put one of those on the list that we just sent to my dad.
Oh, there you go.
WShop.com wish list.
Yes.
Gotta love it when your daughter wants merchandise from Shop WWE.
That's it.
Well, that's
my brother told me to. I'm gonna say my brother told me to fly out to avoid WWE Shop for Christmas, so I'm like, "Ooh, I get some WWE Shop this year." Yay me! So we'll see.
Well, we've seen the Latino World Order trying to avoid this combustible element that's made its intentions be known as Dragon Lee looks to fight on behalf of a fallen hero. It's Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar next in the name of Lucha Libre.
Yeah, this one is more emotional. And again, I was going to argue back at you earlier during Simply Predicting, but I'll go ahead and say it now. Yes, long-term storytelling during the women's war games, as far as the build-up to it, I just felt like on TV in the lead-up to the actual show tonight, it felt kind of like, okay, we're getting into this, like whatever. This one, for me, feels so much more. And again, they've had 2 substitutions in a week, so it's very rushed on that front, no doubt about it. But as long as I've been watching, and as long as I've admittedly been on Rey Mysterio's ass for continuing to come back and take spots that, quite frankly, he don't need to be taking no more, and taking bumps he shouldn't be taking anymore on his 37th knee surgery. Like seriously. My dad texted me. I was out on the road doing something, and Dad texted me, Rey Mysterio with a knee injury. Wow, what a surprise. I'm like, damn, Dad, you trolling. You mean for that. He's not wrong, but he's out of line.
He is not wrong, but to your point, guys, remember how this all started. Santos Escobar looked at Rey Mysterio as a hero, JJ, a father figure, mi hermano, mi familia. He felt betrayed, though, when the Latino World Order got bigger and bigger, especially with the addition of Carlito, to the point that he hopes that Rey is now permanently put on injury reserve. And he also backs up what his son did, and his son said, literally back after the betrayal last year at Clash of the Castle, and why Selena Vega cannot believe what Santos has become. Santos also was literally the leader of that made Joaquin and Raul the former Legado del Fantasma, but says now he no longer needs them, and then hit them with a cheap shot. Originally, this match was supposed to be Santos Escobar versus Carlito, which would have been cool. But due to circumstances now, it is Santos Escobar versus somebody else that holds the Dragon Lee up to such a high praise of role model and inspiration, and that is Dragon Lee. So this battle is absolutely personal. And the fact that, again, last-minute changes aside, it still comes down to respect for Rey Mysterio. So, again, JJ, you talk about this for a while. You've been waiting for this looming heel turn for Santos Escobar ever since Rey won the United States title. So now Santos Escobar, he needs to put up or shut up tonight in the worst way possible. After injuring Carlito especially, which brought us the substitution in the first place.
Yeah, absolutely. I made the comparison on Simply Predicting to AEW, and I forget off the top of the head which match it was, but there was a match a couple of pay-per-views back where they had painted themselves in the corner and they ended up doing a double count out, double disqualification, schmozzy finish because they had backed themselves into the corner when it came to the 2 men involved. And both men needed the win. Neither man could take the L. And so they did that finish to kind of escape their booking.
Yeah.
That is why Carlito has been removed from this match. Carlito could not go into his first PLE match in 13 years and lose. Santos could not walk into his first PLE match since turning heel and trying to establish dominance in this new persona and lose. Dragon Lee can eat that L and it won't kill his momentum.
Correct.
Dragon Lee has already taken an L or two on the main roster. He's had more W's than he's had L's, but he's taken a couple of L's since coming to SmackDown. Santos has to win this, or else his heel gimmick is dead on arrival. You don't want him to flounder. You don't want him to flounder in lower mid-card hell like it looks like is happening with the Street Profits.
Exactly. Before I go off screen, Jay, is there any credibility to the fact that Carlito was faking the injury on SmackDown?
It's always possible, but I would not turn Carlito back heel until Mania.
Not this.
You gotta slow build that.
Fair enough.
Gotta slow build that. Wait for Ray to come back healthy, thinking that he's back with his brother Carlito ever since Santos turned on him, and then have Carlito stick the knife right back in the same spot.
Hey, wait a minute. Carlito stick a knife. That's not Carlito's gimmick. That's Jesus' gimmick. Anyway, have fun.
Damn it. Another long-term member part of the Latino World Order waiting to happen. And, of course, JJ, the match you're referring to was in your NXT. It was Gable Stevenson versus Baron Corbin, and it was a double countout.
That's right. It was. I could have sworn it was AEW. Botch on my behalf. But
Don't
yes.
worry, brother. I got you.
But yes, because Corbin had just come back to NXT, had done the Lone Wolf, was redefining himself. He could not lose. Gable Stevenson was having his first match. He couldn't lose.
But Dragon Lee and not going into his first match here, not of this scale, except in fact it's a main level WWE PLE. We've seen how much this guy has stood out on your NXT. So Escobar, though, since changing his character, this is his first match on main event level PLE in singles affair. Let's not forget the way Santos Escobar first came into WWE. He took off his mask, going after the NXT Cruiserweight Championship, saying he was the unmasked, uncrowned emperor of Lucha Libre. And eventually, he not only made his way through the tournament, he won the title. Then he established that family, Legado del Fantasma. And Legado del Fantasma ran roughshod years over the black and gold landscape before they were owned by the family. And since then, we saw mutual respect come out of Santos Escobar since arriving in main roster WWE against somebody that he deemed as a hero, a father figure, mi hermano, Rey Mysterio. You can say the same thing, though, about Dragon Lee, who, again, if you're a luchador and you're not inspired by Rey Mysterio, you're lying to yourself. ¿Por qué? I don't know. Bell Reigns are underway. Whoa! Dragon Lee immediately going in for that start.
And I was going to say, if you've been watching WWE and you're not familiar with Dragon Lee yet, don't watch yesterday's SmackDown, but go back to the SmackDown the week prior and watch the classic he had with Axiom. Dare I say, one of the best SmackDown television matches in years. Fight me. I don't give a fuck.
JJ, you realize who you're talking to, right? I agree.
No, I know exactly who I'm talking to. I also know who I'm talking at with the audience.
That's fair enough. Escobar right now going for the quick finish. Uno gets a 1 count only. And again, Dragon Lee, he is a rising star. By Santos Escobar release, he already is an established star, even though he hasn't won a single champion yet in his longer-term career on the main roster of WWE. He's just been a member of Latino World Order. And in a way, some people might believe he was in the shadow of Rey Mysterio. And I think for the longest time, Santos Escobar probably felt that as Latino World Order continued to grow. But his stock didn't.
Santos actually doing a bit of a babyface thing and backing up and doing what the ref told him. But that drop kick.
Cover, hook in the near leg and gets a 2 count only. Well, again, like you said, Santos Escobar is out here to set an example, send a message. He doesn't necessarily have anything against the official, especially if he's in control. He's out here to embarrass everybody that stands for what Rey Mysterio stood for. And Dragon Lee is a huge proponent of that. Rey Meteor in the corner with the rising knees. And just throws Dragon Lee to the outside against our former NXT Cruiserweight champion at 321 days. Unified the titles against Jordan Devlin in a ladder match. Former AAA Latin American champion as El Hijo del Fantasma for 427 days. And you see what he's setting up for possibly right here. Trapping Dragon Lee's leg in between the steel ring steps.
Just like Rey Mysterio's was the other week when he got injured. Santos looking to put Dragon Lee out the same way he did the Lucha Legend and Hall of Famer.
Yeah, you see Dragon Lee fighting for his life, to your point. Sense of urgency there as he gets his leg out from the steps. Oh! Big super press kick there. Takes Santos down to his knees. And you heard Santos said he will break Dragon Lee's leg Just like he broke the arm possibly of Carlito with that backstage assault. And even the assault outside this arena, that was literally just last night. Whoa!
Oh!
Beautiful takeover to hairless over the top rope from the apron to the floor to Santos Escobar. And Dragon Lee trying to build some momentum, but you see him grasping his core, looking for air. Now off the ropes, and Dragon Lee flies! Topic high and low by Santos Escobar on the outside. As Dragon Lee takes to the air. And again,
Dragonfly.
Oof, yeah, I like that. Dragon Lee heavily established as well, but mostly in tag team capacity. Former Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champion, former AAA World Tag Team Champion. And here's the cover by Dragon Lee, and a 2 count only of that crazy fast offense. Take a look at this, JJ. Watch the clears the top rope perfectly. Dragon Lee, of course, who arrived in WWE contending for the NXT North American Championship in that 5-way ladder match in a spectacle where everybody learned exactly who Dragon Lee was. One of the most recognized, best respected luchadors on the planet. Former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion under the name Ryu Lee, for those that remember that name. And this would not be good for Santos, who immediately scouted that. Oh! Dragon Lee Kondo coming in.
I was going to say, beautiful follow-up there.
Yeah, he used the turnbuckle vibration to give Santos Escobar a bit of a headache. But Santos, again, closing distance, preventing Dragon Lee from whatever he's trying to do. Nice high kick there. Kick well placed off the side of the head, rocking the equilibrium of Dragon Lee. Now Santos Escobar and Dragon Lee to the top rope, eye to eye. What's going to happen here? Whoa, man, what a Frankensteiner! And Santos Escobar the cover, deep hook up both legs, 2 count only. Escobar right now, can't believe it. A little bit taken away by that, JJ, that didn't finish it.
And he's getting a little bit frustrated. He thought that was 3. Dragon Lee's got too much heart to him, but Santos should know this from their time together spent in my NXT.
And emotions, though, running at an all-time high. You see the angst in Santos Escobar's face. It might be looking to go after the mask here. Again, the mask most sacrilegious to all luchadors and lucha libre. And that won't necessarily constitute a disqualification here in WWE, but it will hurt Dragon Lee, unlike anything Santos could do, pinning the man. And look at him just whipping away at the mask.
The disrespect
goes against everything that stands for lucha libre. Again, this is a man that was formerly masked himself. He took his mask off when he came to WWE. What the hell has gotten into Santos Escobar?
I don't know if it's more of what has gotten into Santos or what has been brought to the surface, because as you mentioned earlier, you go back to my NXT, you talk about Legado del Fantasma. We know the side of Santos Escobar has always been there. It's just been dormant recently. Ever since coming up to the main roster, ever since forming the LWO, ever since forming with Rey Mysterio and joining up with his hero. It's been a dormant fossil, and now it's bubbled up to the surface once again. And we're seeing the true colors of Santos.
Look at the leg! Whoa! It's one of those things where I think a man should absolutely be humble once in a while and grateful. And what we learned since Santos Escobar did this, but first, take a look at Dragon Lee and the height he got off that double stomp and literally trapping the leg close to the ropes, nearly getting the win. We've done a Santos! Jesus! May have been playing to his own will the entire time as he caught Dragon Lee coming in with that ridiculous super kick. Capacity crowd on hand, Chicago, Illinois. This is WWE Survivor Series War Games, and this is a super kick, JJ. Wham! That kick on the butt, and Dragon Lee coming in full velocity, ate all of it.
The key there was this was a super kick, not 32 super kicks in a 2-minute span.
Yeah, different conversation for a different day, a different promotion. But yeah, you see Dragon Lee might have busted a tooth on that kick, but both of these men just squaring away here again. The anger, the emotions, the necessary seeking of revenge versus the necessary statement to try and be delivered. And Kendall with rising knee, and Santos with his own rising knee here. Both these men are going for broke here in the middle of the ring. And both men collide. Dragon Lee up and over. Hook and Santos, Escobar. Tiger Driver, possibly. Got it! Sit out, cover. Both legs and shoulders, 2, no!
Wow.
Shout out to Juice and Thunder Liger.
The show of showmanship between the two gentlemen in the ring, playing their game of anything you can do, I can do better.
Brian makes a man do crazy things. We also seen how far Dragon Lee is willing to go. It might be looking for that incinerator knee. Yep, wait, up and over. Escobar able to scout it though. Now Escobar hooking up still. Canadian Destroyer! Or Mexican, excuse me. South of the border and up in the fireman's carry. Phantom Driver cover 2. Santos Escobar victorious.
Just as we predicted. Beautiful maneuver there. Look at that. A Canadian Destroyer. While it didn't get the 3 count, he also didn't go for the pinfall immediately following it. He used it to set up the Phantom Driver, which got the victory.
Oof.
Just like it should have. A Destroyer being used the way it should have been.
And take a look at the replay here. To your point, an incredible match here. Can you see Dragon Lee, though, with this ridiculous sit-out power bomb. Legs over the shoulders, deep hook, but only a 2.5 as he was looking for something. I thought he was going for that incinerator knee, but instead, Mexican Destroyer, appropriately said, down and out over the head and neck, and then the Phantom Driver, trap of both legs. Escobar knew he had the win. You saw the way he rolled up with the anger in his face, but also the absolute statement he made tonight. He knew what he did.
Mm-hmm.
Don't gotta agree with it, but it's results are results.
Yeah, and do not feel sad for Dragon Lee. His time is still ahead of him. He will be fine. He will recover. He is going to be WWE's Rey Mysterio once Rey Mysterio finally hangs his mask up.
Well, it sounds like
he will be perfectly fine.
Sounds like you're saying Mysterio up for a deadline, and you're already saying when his time's up, even though we don't know when the time is going to be up. But we do know time is going to go up here very soon as NXT deadline approaches. And, of course, that will be the last NXT PLE of 2023 and the finale of the NXT League. We will see who the Iron Survivor Challenge winners will be. 2 weeks away, it is NXT deadline, and we'll be covering it here, of course, JMN Multiverse of Media, 2 weeks from the day, Saturday, December 10th. So stay tuned, folks, for more on that. And also, that will be a double feature, as my friend alluded to. Thank you, by the way, because we're also going to bring you our final Impact, as Impact Wrestling will present Final Resolution. So stay tuned for a long double feature fun night. 2 weeks from the night, Saturday night, with me, JJ, and Tatilla, NXT and Impact Wrestling on December 10th.
Yes, and I believe we're going to be doing Deadline first and then Impact second.
That is correct. We got a bit of a break here. Just want to again thank everybody for tuning in. Hope you are enjoying the conversation, the coverage, the discussion, and the commentary. Please let's go comment, tell a friend, give it a yeah if you like it, but also super chat this man, Cascading Studios. Super chat is as simple as that. As we got a bit of a break here, as they usually do. Oh, man. Jeff had to talk about the Slim Jims earlier. He had to talk about the Slim Jims earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait a second. The car coming in the building.
A Knight. L.A. Knight. L.A. Knight.
That's not LA Knight. That's the New Day.
Boo.
What are they doing in LA Knight's right?
I figured LA Knight would be rolling in, coming off of the heels of the commercial.
That Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer is coming out soon, but I think if I didn't know any better, the New Day committed a GTA. Did they take that from LA Knight without his permission? Then again, LA Knight's probably got a better ride than that. I'm just saying. Anyway.
What the hell is Woodsy wearing?
The less we know, the better.
Probably accurate.
Again, Survivor Series War Games brought to you by the JMN Multiverse of Media. And also, if you have your snacks, you have your drinks, go get a Slim Jim. If you already ran out of Ruffles, And stay tuned for what's ahead. And speaking of what's ahead, we know one thing's for sure. Somebody's always on top of the WWE, and I don't think that changes here. The women take center stage. The Women's World Championship on the line as Zoe Stark looks to bring her attitude and take Rhea Ripley's Z360. But will she do it, or will once again simply be mommy on top? Again, JJ, Rhea Ripley has stood unopposed for this title since beating Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. Her brutality has reigned strong and dominated the WWE landscape on Monday Night Raw. We have seen Candice LeRae, Selena Vega, Raquel Rodriguez, Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, thankfully, Zoe Stark in Fatal 5-Way action, and of course, Natalya. They have all fallen short, and Eddie Hartwell, all fallen short to Rhea Ripley. Now, Zoe Stark has a chance, though, in a one-on-one encounter for the first time ever to do what many believe is the impossible. Because whether you're man or woman, one thing is for certain in WWE, and that is mommy is always on top.
Absolutely, just as she should be. I have people in the house bowing to mommy. They claim they are not worthy of even watching her on their TV screens, let alone being in her presence.
All right. Don't you think you're holding her up to maybe a little bit of an overhyped regard?
I'm just letting you know what is going on in the house. I acknowledge my mommy, but I'm not over here bowing them.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. At the end of the day, she's still not the first lady of professional wrestling, damn it, but I digress. But she definitely is the top woman in WWE. And as we saw on Monday Night Raw, it was a battle royal to determine a new number one contender. And then it consisted of everybody involved. And I cannot believe how thick this women's division is. Everybody from Nikki Cross, Chelsea Green, Piper Niven, Tegan Knox, Shayna Baszler, Raquel Rodriguez, and of course, the last of the few that surprised us all, I would have to say, Zoe Stark DDTing Shayna Baszler, sorry, Big G, on the apron and winning. And I gotta be honest, I did not expect Zoe Stark to outlast that field. I thought that Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler were on a one-way path to tag team gold in a losing effort. But if anyone's going to try and match mommy's attitude, it very well could be Zoe Stark.
And Zoe is still an untested entity on the main roster. She came in, she immediately aligned with Trish. She had that run as Trish's minion for a little bit. She turned on Trish, and now she's had this slow push to the women's title. Zoe is still untapped potential. She is unmolded clay at this moment. And it's going to be interesting to see what she can do in the ring with mommy here tonight. Mommy's already eaten a Z360 from her.
And we saw at Crown Jewel how close she came to becoming champion before the rest of the field stopped that. Claims
Without 4 other women in this match, can she do it?
Well, we're about to answer that question here momentarily, but before we get things underway, I see something green in the chat.
Ding, 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 ding.
Super chat.
I'm not producer, man. But it's, thank you very much, Walter, for the $5 super chat. It says, mommy on top, but the top bitch is coming soon. Better look over your shoulder, Rhea, because that bitch is coming, and I can't wait. Nor can I, Walter. You know me. I am eagerly anticipating the debut of that bitch, Jade Cargill.
Talk about eagerness. Talk about Zoe Stark. The nerves have to be at an all-time high. She goes into her first ever singles championship opportunity on the main roster WWE tonight at Survivor Series. 29 years of age and only 10 years actually in the game, even though she came to the WWE Performance Center during the black and gold era of NXT. As you said, she stepped out of the shadow of Trish status, sent her packing with a Z360, and has called herself to be one of the baddest forces to deal with in WWE.
And then Walter's follow-up comment I was just about to touch on, Zoe understood the assignment tonight. This is War Games, and she's got her war paint painted across her face.
Well, she's going to go up
Just
against
like Lori Morgan,
Shirley.
she put on her war paint.
You're going to have to go to war if you're going to beat somebody like Rhea Ripley, who's not only been playing Peacemaker for the Judgment Day, she's literally been the leader of brutality for Monday Night Raw. Rhea Ripley's brutality has ruled the Monday Night Raw landscape now for 239 days across 7 defenses. Oh boy.
I'm not sure what's hotter right now, Mommy or the pyros that's going off right next to her.
You can figure that out later, and I'll leave that up to the chat as well. She looks like something literally out of an 80s punk rock band. Again, Rhea Ripley, she has stood unopposed. Nobody is at her level. Nobody can dethrone her, overcome her. We've seen her knocked out with a knee strike by Shayna Baszler. We've seen her planted by Nia Jax. We've seen her overcome the power of Raquel Rodriguez, the very woman that pushed her out of NXT in Last Woman Standing. She beat the locker room generation in less than 2 minutes last time they went to Saudi Arabia, and then went to war with her for 10 minutes on Monday Night Raw. We'll see if the hype is real for Zoe Stark, so provided she truly can be the baddest on Monday Night Raw. And of course, will we see Rhea Ripley still holding this championship when we go down under, when we cover live, because we're crazy, the Elimination Chamber, Saturday, February 24th. The Elimination Chamber coming to us from Perth, Australia. Rhea Ripley's home country, for those that are wondering. And that will be one of the first premium live events of next year's WWE calendar 2024. Stay tuned for more information as the WWE Network live watch events coverage trailer will keep you updated on everything that my voice will be used for in and out of WWE. Yeah, you okay? You okay, JJ?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
You see the referee holding
Good.
up.
I am. Good. I am.
Okay. I'm just making sure. You see right now, both women jaw-jacking as the referee holds up the WWE Women's Heavyweight Championship. And again, Zoe Stark, she will not be intimidated. While Rhea Ripley likes to use intimidation for her game, nobody on Monday Night Raw seems to be really less intimidated of her than Zoe Stark right now. Bell Reigns run away. This match brought to you, by the way, by Slim Jim, folks. Snap to a Slim Jim and see who snaps. Well, never mind. Rhea Ripley just snapped the taste out. I'm just going to be quiet now. As both women are slapping the taste out of each other's mouth. And no woman's backing down. Whoa! Double A takedown by Zoe Stark, who's on top of Mommy. Sorry. The turnover now. This is Rhea Ripley right now as well. And both these women right now going to the mat game physically. And again, we got to see what happens here with these two who could take the advantage. What's going to be the one key shot? What's going to be the one key thing neither? Whoa! It's going to need to take advantage as Rhea driven off the drop kick in between the ropes to the outside. Almost to the announce table. In the early going, Zoe Stark with the first shot needed. And now Zoe Stark out of the corner of the top rope. Oh! Crossbody takes Rhea Ripley off of her feet. But again, the title can only change hands via pinfall submission inside the ring. Disqualification countout means nothing. Zoe Stark springboard up the top rope. Beautiful. This will drop kick. And now Zoe Stark in the cover. Hook of the leg and a 2 count. Can you imagine if we got this major upset tonight ahead of Judgment Day and War Games, where many people believe that Rhea Ripley has been not only Peacemaker, but the leader. She's been the one constant factor. Jesus, what a headbutt underneath the jaw. As she's been the only one yet to lose her title and have to regain it.
It's fair. I've called for a few times for Mommy to lose her title and then regain it just because everybody else in the Judgment Day has had that moment already. But I'm starting to wonder if Mommy is going to lose hers until she loses it for good.
A DDT on the apron might literally lead to that, JJ. So I just scramble the brains of Mommy. And she needs to capitalize. She needs to stay on this. Zoe Stark is in control right now. Now up and over.
Ooh.
That was such a unique move. Here's the covers. Enough here, no. Almost a twisting corkscrew leg drop. Slingshot over the top rope. Take a look at this. Watch the way. You see the step off the second. Yeah, literally twisting senton of sorts. Zoe Stark with the PK, the aggression on full display here by Zoe Stark, keeping the offense going. Rhea Ripley able to duck out of the way of that, though. Ducks underneath the high kick. Now Rhea Ripley hoisting Zoe Stark up on the shoulders. Oh! Got face first into the apron. And now sent head and shoulder first into the steel ring post. Oof. Good grief. You see the look of no remorse by Rhea Ripley, who's probably a bit more furious than she was coming into this. You saw the way Rhea Ripley's demeanor change.
Yeah, just a little bit there. Mommy back on top, slugging blows to Zoe Stark, headbutting her.
I don't care what anyone tells me. Nobody wins the headbutt. Whether you're Australian, whether you're British, I don't give a damn. Y'all are crazy. Male and female.
Whose do you think is more vicious, Rhea's or Drew's with the Glasgow kiss?
I think Drew, because I've literally seen him rearrange jaws with that outside WWE. And now they're going to put Zoe Stark away. Lifting Zoe up. What is this? Straight jacket, trying for reversal. Zoe Stark, though, caught by Rhea. Oh! Back suplex drop. And Rhea, here's the covers. And up to her tape. 1 count. I don't think Rhea Ripley necessarily underestimated Zoe Stark, but I think she was taking a bit off in the early going based on Zoe Stark's forward offense here, JJ. If nothing else, I think Rhea Ripley feels a bit insulted.
Yeah, she shouldn't be taking her lightly after that 5-way match at Crown Jewel.
Again, Rhea Ripley, she's done whatever she's had to do to stay on top of WWE and also keep Judgment Day on top of WWE as well. You see her hyperextending the arms and pushing her knee into the spine of Zoe Stark. Submission hold of sorts here.
I apologize to the Samoan Dynasty, boss man. I don't recall any of them currently active in the ring using that headbutt.
Yeah, what was the last Samoan to use a headbutt?
I was going off of current active talent, not legendary talent.
I'm about to say, Solo Sikoa doesn't use one. Roman Reigns, he doesn't know how to use one. Rock has never used one. Jimmy and Jay never used one. And I'm pretty sure Nia Jax never used one either, because if she did, never mind. I don't think Jimmy used one either. With those peak stomps to the back of Zoe Stark right now, Rhea Ripley in firm control of her challenger. You see the psychotic disposition of our WWE Women's Heavyweight Champion. Big drop kick sends Zoe Stark up and over right now. And
Rhea just not relenting tonight on Zoe Stark. She's looking to make a point about Judgment Day and their dominance, hoping the rest of the team will follow suit with War Games, which you got to figure is immediately following this, as it's the only match we haven't had tonight, unless they throw something impromptu our way.
There's been impromptu offense for Rhea Ripley with the stomp and the face buster over the knee and another clothesline in the corner. And yeah, again, like I said, this match sets the pace for Judgment Day. We said it before. Judgment Day has been the unstoppable opposing force in WWE since last year, February. Rhea Ripley joins Judgment Day last year in April. Finn Balor took over Judgment Day last year in June. But Rhea Ripley's been the one constant thing evolving Judgment Day and their dominance over the WWE. You think about the manipulation with Dominic Mysterio. You think about her overcoming a 3-year dark cloud beating Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. And ever since then, Rhea Ripley's been unstoppable. You see right now, both women up in the corner here, and Rhea Ripley might be looking to send Zoe Stark for a ride from the top. Golly! What the
really
hell?
Sure. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not really sure what that was supposed to be, but it could have been a lot nastier. I don't think either woman landed the way they wanted to.
Yeah, I think that was just a violent intervention. A kick, though, might be enough here. 2.5. I think that one of them was maybe going for a ridiculous avalanche slam, and both were able to counter each other. Shocking that they didn't hurt one another or themselves. But then that ridiculous kick got the better Rhea Ripley for 2.5. Went for the PK. Rhea Ripley able to scout it, though. Catching Zoe Stark, hook her up. And the roll for Zoe Stark cover. 2 count only. Woo. Missed with a kick. Nice single leg up kick by Zoe Stark, trying to create some distance, trying to create some offense. The weight slot, touch a suplex, back elbow strike, Rhea Ripley breaks contact. Whoa, and Rhea! Beautiful roundhouse. And now Ripley has Zoe Stark right where she wants her. Might be looking to hook her up. Down goes Zoe Stark, face first, laying on the knees, hooking her up again. Devon Line suplex with a bridge cover. 2. No! Oof. And Rhea Ripley right now just put out all the stops to your point, JJ. Continued offense, but we're seeing the resolve of Zoe Stark. She refused to stay down, and she refused to stay down for the 3 count.
Zoe's got way too much heart in her. She's got to prove herself. You know, at the end of the day, even in defeat, you can still prove yourself. You look at Zoe, she's daring Rhea to hit her. She just will not stay down.
Yeah, but she might sit out to this. Got her hooked. Oh, counter, waist lock. German suplex release. And Zoe Stark has a chance. The running knee, the sliding running knee. Rhea Ripley might be out. Here's the cover. Do we have a new champion? No.
If Zoe can stay on her, though, if she can get her up and land that Z360 here, I think that could do it. Rhea is phased in a way that she hasn't been in a long time.
That's in Shayna Baszler knocks out with a knee. And let's not forget Shayna Baszler, the tap hunter. Zoe Stark. Z360 knee, counter. Rhea Ripley scouted it, though. Back elbow strike. And that might be the blow that Zoe Stark needs to put down Mommy. Another high kick, though. Rocks Rhea Ripley. What a headbutt to the heart. And now hook her up handle. Here's the Riptide. Here's the cover. 2, and Mommy is still on top. And Rhea retains just like that. With the devilish smile on her face. Rhea Ripley, I feel like, has a sense of relief because you can tell just from her checking her tube, Rhea Ripley was in a fight tonight. She was tested.
Absolutely. And it was good to see it. You know, so much of Rhea's reign has been marred in controversy between the short match with Natalya, going for as long as she does sometimes without defending it, despite her being on the show. You know, recently she's been defended a lot more, but it's good to see some hard-hitting and decisive matches coming from our women's champions as of late.
I mean, that comes down to the strength of the champion and also the testament of how strong of the championship you're fighting for. Again, if that Z360 would have hit, I think we would have had a new WWE Women's Heavyweight Champion. You saw how close Zoe Stark was with the sliding knee, 2.5, and you saw a look of desperation almost in Zoe Stark's face. You saw that Z360 was caught, and from there, it was almost like endgame. Rhea Ripley continued the offense. The elbow strikes, the high kick, but then that freaking headbutt to the heart, and Riptide connects. Nobody kicks out of that, and that's why Mommy is on top.
I'm going to go off screen briefly. I'm still going to be here, still going to be on mic. I was just brought dinner, though, so I'm going to try and scarf this down in the in-between before we get to our main event.
You got plenty of entrances, so you're fine, brother. In the meantime, Rhea Ripley still WWE Women's Heavyweight Champion. Mommy remains on top on Monday Night Raw. Zoe Stark left down the bottom.
I know we've got a few entrances, but there's a few that I also want to sing along to, as I actually have permission from my daughter to do more than just one word for a certain wrestler who you can kind of see as the profile picture here as I speak.
I'm about to say, what could you be referring to? But I know exactly who you're referring to, as wrestling has more than one royal family, but I digress. All right, well, we got a commercial break. So again, folks, the holiday season is upon us. Buy a shirt courtesy of the Championship Network store on Pro Wrestling Tees, or buy a shirt for your family. Submit, your children's wish list and, surprise them with a gift from that, if you please. Again, the holiday season is all about giving to, raise somebody's spirit. Maybe not even a spirit, So again, do something right this year with yourself this holiday season. And continue to support JMN Multiverse of Media to keep you in tune with what's going on in our wrestling for the holiday season too. Thank you.
It's a holiday season. So hoopy doo and dickory dock. And don't forget to hang up your sock, because just exactly at 12 o'clock, we'll be selling all the merchandise down.
That's I was about to say non-copyright, but good parody. And again, countdown to the holiday season's upon us as December 1st, next week, Friday. But as I alluded to, the ultimate countdown into 2024's Road to WrestleMania is coming forward too. And the wildest thing you could think that dictates your main event pace. It's the Royal Rumble. And again, that is Saturday, January 27th. And I cannot wait for that. Stay tuned for more on that. Again, been a wild night, but of course, the WWE will kick things off in 2024, Jeff, with the Royal Rumble. And of course, that is our opening start on the road to WrestleMania.
As far as WWE goes, yes, but we at the Multiverse of Media know that January 4th is our true premium start.
Yep. And we'll have much more on that as well as our ridiculous lineup so far in 2024 on our trailer, folks. So stay tuned for that. And again, stay tuned after Survivor Series WarGames was up the air. We'll be immediately transitioning into the Saturday Night Shenanigans hosted by the Renegade of Wrestling JJ Williams that are open mic night. Should be a very fun, wild conversation. Hey, there you go.
If you want to listen to, Hunter and them do their thing, we're not going to say no because we ain't down like that, but we encourage you to watch us because we're not going to be handcuffed by script writing. We're going to do our thing.
Yeah, as always, we are freaking, free form, unscripted here. Yeah, we crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the King of Yeet, Animal, the Joker, and Sergeant Pepper himself.
That's accurate.
Ironic, given that one of their main songs, all we're saying is "Give Peace a Chance," and we're going to WarGames.
Well, again, will the Viper make his way into the battlefield? That remains to be seen. But yes, folks, we've had a lot of fun tonight. But we are getting ready for our main event. Battle stations, everyone, for it is almost time to ascend upon the men's WarGames match.
Still no sight line on Randy Orton. No official, actual appearance of the Viper here. I'm telling you guys.
Something to think about. Just saying. Something to think about. Well, as we get into this video package, again, we talked about Judgment Day and their reign of dominance over all four of these individuals and the entirety of the WWE, particularly Monday Night Raw. They tried to break Cody Rhodes' ankle. They tried to recruit Jey Uso, but he said no. They tried to take the WWE Heavyweight Championship from Seth freaking Rollins. And, of course, they tried to basically destroy Sami Zayn on multiple occasions, including taking the WWE Undisputed Tag Team Championships. Yes, Jeff.
I would like anybody and everybody to screenshot this. I'm going to hold Mikey to this promise in 9 weeks for Royal Rumble because he was very mad at himself last year for this year for the Royal Rumble stats. So, Mikey, we're going to hold you to yourself, brother.
All right, duly noted. I'm not going to forget, but also I know how much pride the man takes in his stats. I got nothing.
He does. He definitely does. Also, Josh is asking. I'm going to go ahead and give Josh one here. Is this Dominic Mysterio's first premium main event? I think it is.
No, I mean Dominic Mysterio's first premium by himself. Well,
I believe so.
Well, whether by himself or not.
I know he's been on a couple of NXT cards, but I don't think he's ever been the main event on those shows.
Yeah.
You're right.
Good for Dom.
Yeah, you're right. This is the first premium live event main event for Dominic Mysterio. You're absolutely right. That's crazy.
Nice.
The only thing that I could think of that would counteract that, and I'd have to do research, was this year's Men's Rumble the main event, and was he in it?
Yes, he was.
Because if it was and he was, then this would be his second main event.
Unfortunately, that was I'm not going to say it because actually that was a good story, even though what it led to. The Royal Rumble, Men's Royal Rumble, was not the main event of this year's Royal Rumble. It was Roman Reigns and
yes, that's true. Yes, that's true. That's true.
So this is Dominic's first official main event on WWE PLE.
Matter of fact, the Men's Rumble opened the show this year. So
right. It did. The women was the semi-main, I believe.
Yeah, women's semi-main. Bray Wyatt's last premium main match was the second, and then Bianca over Alexa. And Alexa's last pay-per-view match I'm aware of until before she went off for her pregnancy leave, I think.
I believe,
No.
yeah, she's been seen since the.
Maybe not. I don't know. It's
Yeah, she's still on the pregnancy thing. Oh, so she was.
well,
also-
I know she's still on leave, but yeah.
Right.
And Josh, you should count a Rumble because it is a match, and if it is the final match of the night, it is the main event. And if he is in the match, then it would count. That would be like saying you don't count this match because it's a War Games match because there's 10 people involved.
Yes.
Right. This Dominic Mysterio. We're talking about the character change, Dominic Mysterio. This is the first time this character of Dominic Mysterio has been involved in the main event of WWE PLE. So you're talking about the original Dominic Mysterio, you know, the guy that was just trying to find his way. Then last year's Royal Rumble, he was part of that. And that was the main event because Brock Lesnar won it.
There you go.
So now you know.
And
Anyway,
knowing
that's
is half the battle.
That G.I. Joe. I don't think G.I. Joe was ever involved in War Games, but he had his own fair share of wars. You see that structure descending upon the ring as we are now about to go into the 43rd War Games match in the history of the industry. Again, the rules are as follows. 2 teams will be contained in separate cages with 1 member of each team starting the match. After 5 minutes, a member from the advantage team will be released to enter the match. And the advantage team, by the way, is Judgment Day after Drew McIntyre beat Jey Uso. After a 3-minute period, alternating members from each team will enter the match until all competitors are inside the cage. Once all competitors have entered, War Games officially begins. And the only way to win the match is via pinfall or submission. And if anybody on your team escapes the cage, your team forfeits.
You know, I hope CM Punk comes back just so that Aaron Rift has to play the saxophone again.
Damn. Why would you put it for that punishment? Why?
I'm just saying, because it would be so awesome to see, again, to have him come on to 80s karaoke night so that he can play Careless Whisper while you've seen it would just be epic. And people would probably pay $100 super chat for that. Of course, we'd have to split it with the No DQ Galaxies. You know, give him at least half of it. But still, people would pay for that. As here comes the Scottish psychopath, Drew McIntyre.
And, of course, the previous challenger to Seth freaking Rollins, WWE World Heavyweight Championship, only to fall short, of course, back at Crown Jewel. And that was the whole thing that really kicked us off in the first place. When you think about that recruiting campaign by one mommy, Rhea Ripley.
You got to figure they're bringing the heels out first, and then they're going to bring out all the baby faces and leave Orton for last.
And Drew McIntyre, by the way, goes into his 3rd War Games match. As Judgment Day descends upon the arena. But is it Judgment Day for the Judgment Day? That is what we're about to answer.
All right, gentlemen.
I would, but I don't think people want that region of me in front of the camera, considering I'm on the couch.
WWE Undisputed Tag Team Champions and the NXT North American Champion and Senior Money in the Bank and the newest recruit into the Judgment Day now officially, JD McDonough. Let's see who kicks things off.
How is it that they all look like midgets next to Drew McIntyre? Like, for real. Even Priest looks like a shorty next to Drew.
Because Drew McIntyre is a huge Scottish psychopath.
Drew is freaking Godzilla. Like, for real. We need Dragon Sword power now.
You see the tension and the stare down between Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. Let's see who kicks things off. And it looks like it's going to be the captain by example, Finn Balor.
Okay. I'm surprised it is not JD. I'm not going to lie.
Finn Balor, of course, also previously involved in War Games.
Yes, I got the point.
Finn Balor is one guy that is no stranger to the structure or steel cages for that matter. Definitely can go the distance. Let's not forget NXT The End. He faced Samoa Joe inside steel cages, his alternate ego, the Demon. He also faced Edge earlier this year at WrestleMania inside Hell in a Cell as the Demon. As Finn Balor prepares, Finn Balor prepares to go the distance, and you just see the stare down between Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. And again, let's keep in mind, folks, Finn Balor, quote unquote, still might be too many considered the leader of Judgment Day, but Damian Priest is the captain of Team Judgment Day for this War Games match. But Finn Balor is leading. So again, who truly is in control here of Judgment Day's plan into War Games, and could that cost them or benefit them? We've seen McIntyre also had battles with Finn Balor in the past. I mean, again, Drew McIntyre is the X factor here. He's not part of Judgment Day. Let's get that clear. All right? And he's had fair share of battles with each of these individuals.
Wrestling has more than one royal family.
This is just long overdue for this man that has never been involved in War Games.
Absolutely.
I'm just freaking saying.
I mean, he's been involved in the Wish version, Blood and Guts, but he is finally stepping foot into the legitimate version that his father created.
Back in 1987. Keep that in mind.
Get them on the feet. Crowd is here, about to blow, waiting on me to start the show. Out the curtain, lights go up, I'm home. Whoa!
Whoa! There it is. There it is. Cody Rhodes, who's had his fair share of battles with Finn Balor and Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio. Victories over all three of those men this year alone. As Cody gets set to represent his team for the first time ever in War Games.
You can see how hyped he is. Look at the look on his face.
Again, Cody Rhodes about to step in the belly of the beast that his father knows all too well. Rest in peace, Dusty Rhodes.
What's up, boss man? See your hand up there.
I just want to tell the kitchen to stop cutting the onions for Cody, please. Can we not?
All right. Tranquilo. You're good.
The king of yeet.
Yeah.
And of course, Jey Uso, this is not the first time he's involved in War Games. This will be his second time entering this structure. As, of course, last year he was involved on the winning side, the Bloodline. And let's also keep this in mind, JJ. Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes are former WWE Undisputed Tag Team Champions.
That's true. Drew McIntyre on the other side was in there last year as well, alongside the Brawling Brutes.
And McIntyre can't wait to get out of there. And speaking of people that were involved in War Games previously, especially last year, you cannot have a conversation without this guy in the fray. Sami Zayn.
Everybody's favorite Muppet.
Sami Zayn entering War Games now for the second time. And of course, Sami Zayn has made it be known his mission now is to make sure that the Judgment Day goes down. He's already prevented Damian Priest from cashing in on Seth freaking Rollins now back at Crown Jewel. He also made sure that Cody Rhodes was able to overcome Damian Priest at Crown Jewel as well. And of course, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens lost the Undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships to the Judgment Day. As Kevin Owens now is on SmackDown, Sami Zayn once again on his own, but is not rolling solo tonight.
Time to burn it down here as the visionary, the architect, Seth freaking Rollins comes to the ring wearing another one of his wife's outfits from her side of the closet.
What on earth, this guy?
I'm just saying, I love Seth and I can give props to Becky, but you cannot look me in the eye and tell me that it doesn't look like he'd be snagging outfits from her side of the closet.
I tell you what, I'm sure if Vince is watching, my God, those shoulder pads. Oh,
And believe it or
about
not,
the size of them.
And a handshake between Seth and Cody. You think back of their rivalry from last year. And Seth, is Seth going to start?
Seth freaking Rollins and Finn Balor are kicking things off in this War Games match.
But we still don't have our 5th person for Team Cody Rhodes.
No, we don't. But I do know this. Believe it or not, JJ, this is the first time ever Seth freaking Rollins in his illustrious career is entering War Games. And again, Seth freaking Rollins is coming off a trio of victories against Finn Balor, including the 2 earlier this year for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Guys, why is the referee locking the shark cage when they are still a man short?
Because that man hasn't arrived yet. And if you remember the last time War Games was involved in Chicago, hello NXT, there was another late arrival for the babyface opposition in one Kevin Owens. So don't be surprised if a return happens out of nowhere. And Seth Rollins kicking things off hot, flying over the ropes as War Games officially begins its preliminaries here with these 2 men inside the 2 rings. 5 minutes, of course, and remember,
my God,
Judgment Day has the advantage. Judgment Day will get a second person in the fray in 4 minutes and 43 seconds. And again, JJ, we have approximately 20 minutes before that last person is needed in the opposition. So anything can happen.
That's fair, and the Judgment Day team has the advantage. So Team Babyface will have the last man to enter.
Rollins, of course, who has always been talked about this year, particularly the condition about his back, has overcome Shinsuke Nakamura, Drew McIntyre, and Finn Balor, and David Priest, and Sami Zayn so far in his run as the WWE World Heavyweight Champion after claiming this title at Night of Champions at the end of May. Again, we talked about strategy. We talked about what you need to do here in War Games in the preliminaries. That's really what this is. It is about cardio endurance. It is about conditioning. It is about how well you're able to win your opponent and maintain your own well-being. And Seth Rollins, but for a buckle bomb, let's not forget what happened in 2016. Clothesline by Finn Balor takes Seth off his feet. War Games is literally a battle of survival all the way to the very end. But these 2 have to survive the longest before the match officially begins. Whoa! Rollins whipped face first into the cage, bouncing off it as Finn Balor is having his way for the time being, JJ.
Yeah, Balor just dominating here in the early goings. This is what Finn needs to do. He's got to stay on top of Seth. He got about 3 minutes till he'll get another person to help him lay the dominance on. And let's not forget about the weakened back of Seth freaking Rollins.
Oh, that sling blade's not going to help.
Absolutely not. Again, think about what I proposed earlier on Simply Predicting. What if Priest comes in next and hands his briefcase over to pin Seth and become champion before anything else can really get involved here? All that's in there stopping him is Finn Balor. Finn wouldn't turn on him, would he? Question mark,
know. ...
That's
the tension that's been built lately, or should I say, maintained under control by one Rhea Ripley, who, of course, was successful in retaining her title and might be looking for a pedigree about protection, but back body drop to Seth freaking Rollins.
That injured back right on that metal piece that comes right in between the 2 rings. Finn going up top, looks like he's gearing up for the coup de grace.
Princeton mid. Oh, man. And might treat to his leg in the process. Now, Seth going to fall with his own sling blade. And there's no doubt how well these 2 know each other. Again, their wars go back to 2016 for the first ever WWE Universal Championship. And Finn Balor lost a shoulder, but still won that match and has never forgiven Seth since, as it cost him a year of his career.
I don't know if I would have forgiven Seth yet either. You know, you win the first ever Universal Championship, and then you have to sacrifice it the next night because the guy that you defeated crippled you for a year. I don't know if I could ever forgive someone for that myself.
Of course, Judgment Day yet to get revenge about that too, as Finn Balor again has failed 2 times this year to beat Seth Rollins and claim the title. And now Rollins with the backbreaker to Finn Balor over the knee. Seth in control here. Follow up. The Renegade takes Finn Balor off of his feet, and Seth has to be aware when that clock hits 0, he will be involved in a handicap affair for 3 minutes. Speaking of which,
got about 10 seconds.
Oh boy. And again, to your point, will it be Damian Priest? Could that be a strategy to try and weaken Seth Rollins enough to catch in on him? And would Finn Balor do that on behalf?
And here comes JD McDonough, the Irish ace, sprinting to the ring.
And a student of Finn Balor, might I add. Remember, these two go all the way back to the time before WWE. Finn Balor literally tutored JD McDonough, the protege. Irish Whip right now as Seth Rollins trying to keep JD out of the match in play for the moment, but JD with a kendo stick on the way by Seth. Oh! And catches him in the head. And let's keep in mind, that clock is not going to start until JD enters the cell. There are candlesticks.
And he's in.
And that clock continues to tick away. 3 minutes officially underway. JD and Finn Balor together, candlesticks in hand, looking down against a very prone Seth freaking Rollins. Rollins will have back up here in 2 minutes and 45 seconds, but right now has to fight against the world. And both men just teeing off the back, the side, the gut. And again, kendo sticks do not feel great, and they split to rip every shot.
Well, wise man once said, you find a great many of the truths that we cling to depend greatly on our own point of view. Here's Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan firing off on Darth Maul here.
And again, having their way. You see Finn Balor choking Seth freaking Rollins out here. And right now, they could just literally play their time. They could just take their time here. And again, is it wise to take your time or just continue the assault? As Seth Rollins, though, countered the shot from JD, kept the mission of the Finn, as Seth takes advantage since JD over that partition. Now Seth with a candlestick in hand. Whoa, man, shoulder block, though, sends the candlestick all the way.
Ooh.
Nice moonsault off the second rope of the other ring to Seth freaking Rollins, but might hurt JD in the process. And let's not forget that ridiculous bruising that occurred during Crown Jewel. And you wonder if JD fully recovered from that.
I don't think we've really seen him in action that much since then. Probably taken the time to fully recover. This may not be the best match for him to enter into on the heels of that. But again, ever since becoming a legitimate member of the Judgment Day, JD still feels the need to prove himself to Damian Priest.
You see Finn Balor right now, JD with a game plan here. Dropping the candlestick across the prone lower back of Seth freaking Rollins.
Again, targeting that already supposedly injured and weakened portion of Seth.
But again, we've also talked about JJ. When you're in this industry, from day 2, you're never the same way again. You're never truly ever 100%. But according to what Seth has at least shared with us, he's been wrestling rather prone now for the better part of 4 years and may require surgery.
See, and I don't know how much I believe that with how far he's gone lately. I think he's working us the way that one Captain Charisma Christian Caged, Father of the Year, worked everybody over in the other company.
Well, as far as a father,
yeet.
Here comes one. Jey Uso, main event Jey Uso, and you see the look at Drew McIntyre. Finn Balor and JD waiting for Jey to come into the fray, candlesticks in hand. What's Jey Uso looking for here?
Steel chair.
Jey
From the
Uso with a
ringside
steel
area.
chair. Jey Uso again, it was a bomb of WARGAMES last year for the winning side. The bloodline share the midsection, wailing away at JD. And right now it is an even 2-on-2. If it's not Drew McIntyre next, I will be absolutely shocked. Gets the midsection, though, by JD. And Jey Uso squaring off. Main event Jey, as we now know him and acknowledge him as.
Do you hear the crowd chanting yeet with each offensive move that Jey Uso is landing, Noah?
Yes,
this is the new what?
Yes,
we need Stone Cold to come back so we can have a what yeet off in the middle of the ring.
Three things that I've gotten over this year. Yeah, yeet, and meat. Thank you, wrestling.
If you smell what the Renegade's cooking.
And that's the bottom line. All right, never mind. Non-copyright. Jey Uso right now in control, looking to back it up. And his mind going after Finn. Oh, God. Hip attack to Finn Balor. Whoa! Standing Spanish fly by JD McDonough, catching Jay coming in. And McIntyre right now just waiting to be unleashed. Again, Drew McIntyre said he joined this War Games to destroy Jey Uso. And Jey Uso right now in a prone state. Finn Balor and JD looking to take advantage and take him more. But Seth saving Jay. Stereo super kicks takes JD and Finn off their feet.
Makes you wonder if Drew is going to be the next entry as badly as he wants Jey Uso. Now that Jay is in that cage there, Drew can just single him out and go at him the entire rest of the match.
You know what's funny about this or interesting about this, JJ? Seth freaking Rollins is one of the only people I can recall during the bloodline that necessarily was never in the crosshairs or in bad blood with Jey Uso. And let's not forget, he's also one of the only ones to beat Roman Reigns via disqualification. Crybaby bitch. And it's kind of funny seeing Seth and Jay together.
That's fair. That's
Yeah,
fair.
right.
I don't go as far back with the bloodline storyline as you do, but that's an interesting take there.
But again, that was the only time that Seth freaking Rollins encountered the Tribal Chief and never got a rematch for whatever damn reason. And Jey Uso was not involved in that match at all, nor any of the pre-match promos. And wait a second. What?
He's saying that we stick to the plan. Drew thinking that the plan had changed, and he's like, not my plan, trust me.
Not his plan.
Mm-hmm.
Priest
has got something in store here. Priest has got something that he's trying to work on. Like I said, like the kids today say, Priest has been letting something cook in his head a little bit. He has got something ready for the babyface team here.
Well, I mean, right now he needs to be ready to take on the world. We got 3 minutes here as Judgment Day have the one-man advantage for the time being before either Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, or The Unknown come into the fray. But also to your point, he said, not my plan. He's the captain. So again, whose plan is it? Is it Finn Balor's plan? Is it Rhea Ripley's plan? The only individual not involved in War Games, but also successful. What is that? The baton? Oh! He's just wailing away with some sort of short-range baton. A solid weapon to punish everybody.
Well, the former Punishment Martinez, you would expect him to take some punishment out on Team Babyface.
Yeah, but not.
And all we've got left is the American Nightmare and everyone's favorite Muppet, because their fifth man still is missing in action.
Again, though, this match has not officially begun yet either. To your point, there's still 4 individuals to come into the fray. Oh, man, release Falcon Arrow by Damian Priest, Jey Uso. And down goes Seth Rollins face first.
Minute 50 till we get our next person.
And once again, Judgment Day in control. Now they can just pick their spots and weaken whoever they want. But again, what is the plan? Are they trying to weaken the WWE Heavyweight Champion or just take everybody out? Damian Priest to the top rope here as JD and Finn hold both Jey Uso and Seth Rollins. Wiping out both men there. At this point, Judgment Day is kind of just showing off. It's like hubris right now because at this point, they could just take their time. They know they are in control. They know they have the advantage. They're not like trying to necessarily weaken. They're just trying to demonstrate. And again, I don't know necessarily that's a smart strategy.
They're trying to assert dominance. Look, Priest has just thrown Seth into a ring all on his own.
I see.
Who is Senior Money in the Bank?
That'll be that guy.
And who's the World Heavyweight Champion?
That'll be that guy. Put in the boots right now.
This could be the plan that was being alluded to.
The plan. Oh, man, and Finn swinging for the fences against Jey Uso's back. He got about that.
Although I didn't see Priest come out with the briefcase. I
Yeah.
didn't notice it. Did he?
No, he didn't at all. He only had the championships. And you're about to see somebody else come in. 3, 2, 1. Who's it going to be? Sammy, Cody, what have you decided? It's a handshake.
Sammy's got this.
Sami Zayn.
It's time to play the music. It's time to light the lights. It's time to meet the former El Generico and War Games tonight.
And Sami Zayn ready to take on the world as he's done his entire career. JD though, whoa, coming in with the front. Oh, and got caught. And Finn Balor now trying to come in the fray. Of course, both these men former NXT champions. And rams the door into Finn Balor's head. Sami Zayn going into his second ever War Games. And
What is Sammy looking for?
Oh, Sammy, come on.
Sammy has an idea.
Sammy. Oh, no.
Animal, get the tables.
Well, Sami Zayn is no stranger to giving the people what they want, especially when it comes to the goodness he saw in Jey Uso and the respect he's got Seth freaking Rollins, including a chance at the World Heavyweight title. The Usi chants coming out tonight.
As they should be.
Dadgummit. Whoa, man, clothesline, man, on his head. At least they had that middle partition. And Sami Zayn right now with the one-man advantage for his team. 2 minutes and 50 seconds before the next member of Judgment Day comes into the fray, or Drew McIntyre, who has to be stewing and steaming. Sami Zayn fired up here tonight, like Ammo, to your point, without the drums.
And back in 1997, Will Smith told us to get jiggy with it.
2023,
Sami Zayn's got us getting Usi with it. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Getting Usi with it.
The throwback for you folks, non-copyright. Good parody. Sami Zayn up to the top rope right now. You see this wide angle shot. All bodies are down since Sami Zayn. Finn Balor though in the drop zone. Sammy. Wait. Sammy, don't do it, man. Too soon for this. And Sammy right now, JD playing defense. Remember Sami Zayn, that crazy Muppet, was going to go for up the top of the freaking structure. Driving JD. Oh, bad landing. Did not want to land like that. Now Sami Zayn once again on the top rope. And what the hell? Is that a steel pipe? Yeah, just steel pipe.
Ooh.
Oh! It just brained JD. Oh, it swung and hit Finn Balor. Damian Priest, though, gets to the midsection here.
Gives new meaning to the term metalhead.
Yeah, no kidding. Up and over. What? Took Damian Priest down. Sami Zayn on fire right now. I mean, who put that? Was that planted by Sami Zayn the whole time? I mean, who puts a steel pipe in that sort of position? Sami chants ringing out loud and proud tonight in Chicago as he's just wailing away at Finn Balor, where Sami Zayn has said his new goal now is to make sure the Judgment Day goes down. Jey Uso right now taking control of Damian Priest. Bodies all over the place here. Seth and Sami looking to tee off against JD as this continued battle of endurance is underway. Because again, folks, this match does not officially begin until everybody has entered in. And as of right now, there's officially 3 bodies left. A big shot.
The crowd with the Olay chants in Sammy's favor. Oh! Very reminiscent of his alter ego who's been missing in action for a number of years.
Yeah, whatever happened to that guy? I'm just saying. 14 seconds. As everybody's punching one another. Sami Zayn in firm control. Seth Rollins, but they need to be aware in 6 seconds. Something dangerous is about to appear. Uh-oh. Well, business just picked up.
So they are saving Dominic Mysterio for the very end.
Interesting.
That doesn't surprise me, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Drew McIntyre, again, who has not forgotten what happened. When you consider everything all the way back to Clash at the Castle, let's not forget Drew McIntyre faces Reigns for the title. Who prevented him from winning it? The Bloodline, including Jey Uso.
Ooh.
Wow! What an overhead throw to Sami Zayn. That is ridiculous.
Suplexed him from one corner to the other diagonally.
And got Seth Rollins hooked up. Uh-oh. Alabama slammer on top of Sami Zayn.
Jesus.
And now Drew McIntyre sees his top priority.
Yep.
Damaged goods, prone body, vulnerable target, Jey Uso.
Drew's gonna try and make Jey Uso say yeet.
In the worst way. Yeah. Oh boy. And again, this was the match that determined the advantage. Drew McIntyre beat Jey Uso. Jey Uso not going to back down, though, and Drew McIntyre welcoming it. Both of these men squaring off. Isolated the second ring. Looking for the future on DDT. Will it counter? Oof. Took him down the knee. Cut to the midsection. The big right hand by Jey Uso now. Drew McIntyre does the clothesline. What a neck breaker! And a kip up by that Scotsman. It's going to be a long, long haul these next 90 seconds for Jey Uso, especially. Isolated with a vengeful Drew McIntyre.
Ooh, face first into the cage.
Yeah, Steel wins every time. I don't care who you are or what you put against it. Drew McIntyre saying, acknowledge what the hell you did. Pay for your sins. Again, what did Jey Uso do? He cost Drew McIntyre the richest prize of all in front of his home crowd, too. Oh! Long dart. Driven off the steel once again. Jey Uso brained. And Judgment Day in full control. Sami Zayn trying to take on the world as usual, though. In the corner, stuck between Damian Priest, Finn Balor, and JD McDonough. Finn Balor down for the time being. JD right now putting the boost to Sami Zayn. Of course, JD lost to Sami Zayn back at Crown Jewel. Oh! And Jey Uso with a super kick to Drew McIntyre coming in. And Jey and Sami, the 1T! Whoa!
Good timing and positioning by Sami as we've got 11 seconds until Cody Rhodes hits the ring.
Damian Priest and Finn Balor, though, squared away against Sami Zayn, and Cody Rhodes looking to release all the adrenaline in his soul. Cody Rhodes is about to enter War Games!
So the Rhodes was not the first man this time. They did break that tradition.
Again, the match that his father invented, the match that his father started in back in 1987. Big right hand drives Damian Priest into the steel. Cody Rhodes immediately going after Damian Priest here. And Damian Priest lay tied up in the ropes. That might be something to consider. Cody Rhodes literally hitting anything that moves that opposes him. JD McDonough and Cody Rhodes squaring off right now in the other ring. The Irishman, again, this is Cody Rhodes' first ever time in War Games. We saw how far this man was willing to go, though, inside Hell in a Cell with a torn pectoral muscle.
And we have, as we stated before, seen him in Blood and Guts, which is a War Games knockoff. So it's not like he is completely foreign to the concept. He's just never been in the official match before.
Oof. And Finn Balor driven down on top of his protege. As he checks right at, wait a minute, what's Cody looking for here? And now Cody with
a bull rope.
Well,
that is a Texas bull rope. That is shades of his old man.
The American Dream. And also, JJ, how about this symbolism between him and Seth over this?
But why would Seth be stopping him from using it against the Judgment Day?
Just one time. Why not? One time.
Oh.
Oh, man, that blow up against JD. Ding!
Need a little bit more cowbell there, Fergal.
A little bit of cowbell goes a long way.
Oh.
Ding dong!
You can ring my bell, ring my bell.
That'll rattle stuff in that con utter.
I think his cowbell got Fergal, JD, for being honest.
He got Fergaled right in his davits.
Damn it, JJ. Right now, we got a 4-on-4 here, by the way. Let's not forget, we still don't know if the last member will arrive tonight, and Dominic Mysterio will enter the fray next. But right now, Cody and crew in firm control of the Judgment Day.
I just want to point out real quick.
Priest, go ahead.
You guys mentioned Drew doing that suplex across the ring, and that Falcon Arrow from Priest on to Jey Uso. Those are not small men. These guys are throwing across the ring. These guys are strong as shit. Ridiculous.
And here comes the son of a lucha legend, the late great Eddie Guerrero. Here comes Dominic.
And he's immediately going in. He's not even going in for a weapon. And technically speaking, War Games has not officially begun yet. We still have to see within the next 3 minutes if the last person shows up. If he doesn't, then I have to say this will become a handicap match and War Games will officially be underway.
I just got death glares from the kids because they don't know the story there.
Damn, you're going to have to tell them that off air. And Dominic Mysterio right now with the suplex.
And Dom hit the three amigos.
Oh, give me a
going
break.
For his father's signature move. There's number 2, popping the hips, rolling it.
Ay, los míos. This punk brat is worse than Nick Wayne. Yeah, Dominic, how you feel about this standoff here?
Ooh.
There's nothing better than a freaking bratty youth getting their just discipline this day and age. More Generation Z needs that, in my opinion, but that's a different conversation for another day. Kick his ass! Here we go, 4-on-1 assault! I'm sure he's used to this in the playground when he was younger.
I'm sure Dominic is used to this from his time on the prison yard.
Oh, yeah, that's true, too. Okay, give me a break. Wasn't that prison? It was a juvie, all right? Give me a break.
He spent about 30 minutes in a holding cell.
Yeah, for a misdemeanor, all right? Gee, you figure this kid locked himself in a closet. And now Ron's bringing the table up, and Dominic Mysterio sent face first off the steel. And again, it is even now. It is 4-on-4, but we have to see within the next 3 minutes if the last member will come into play and who it will be. Time is of the essence. Again, there's nobody left right now. Even though it's a 5-on-4, we see right now Seth Rollins hoisting Dominic up and all that Judgment Day, Sam and that brat. And again, the numbers game coming into play in favor of Judgment Day. It is 5-on-4 right now. Cody Rhodes sent to the steel, Drew McIntyre, and I believe that is Dominic Mysterio isolating Jey Uso. Damian Priest and Finn Balor squared up against Seth freaking Rollins and Sami Zayn in the corner. Randy Chance winning out loud and proud, but will he show up or are we just hearing voices? And again, Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest, the subtle face-to-face. What is the plan? Are they on the same page? Damian Priest right now.
Now CM Punk's begin to ring out in the arena.
Sami and Seth, though, in a world of trouble, stuck in the clutches of McIntyre and Damian Priest. Now Drew McIntyre has a hold of Cody. What the hell? Oh, man!
2-on-3 chokeslam there by Priest and McIntyre.
Planting Cody, Sami, and Seth. Priest calling the shots as, again, he is captain of this War Games match. JD, Dominic, and Finn Balor. JD with a bones on Sami. Finn Balor could have on Seth. And Dominic with a frog splash on Cody. Judgment Day in full control today.
At least for the time being.
And what's the
I'm
time
curious
at?
where the clock is.
Yeah, what's the time at? I'm wondering here. Time's running out. And it looks like Finn Balor and Damian Priest have picked their target, and it's the WWE Heavyweight Champion, Seth freaking Rollins, up in the Razor's Edge position. Table pro. Razor's Edge through the table!
15 seconds on the clock. We're about to get our answer, folks.
This is it.
The man whose name is on the marquee is on the edge of his seat, as we all are. 4,
Everybody's
3,
waiting for it.
2, 1.
Is he here?
I hear nothing.
Yeah. Wait, what? Uh-oh. Wait a minute, what the hell? Wait, what?
Mommy's coming out with the briefcase.
It was just concurring the official. There's a briefcase coming into play. Well, Rollins has been left for a table. Rollins is prone. Rollins is prone.
Holy shit, Jay.
They counsel me. They understand. They talk to me.
You gotta be kidding me.
The Viper has returned.
The Viper! Randy Orton is back! He made it! The 14-time WWE champion!
Start questioning your faith. Have a voice
I don't
that
believe
is
it!
the savior. Hates to love and loves to hate. I have a voice that has the knowledge and the power to rule your faith.
Back from back surgery, the Viper has entered, and WARGAMES has officially begun!
Clothesline.
Wins this!
Clothesline.
Randy Orton unleashing against Dominic Mysterio. Wow, what a power slam! The WWE Universe has come unglued! Power slam to JMN Multiverse! Over a year and a half, the Viper has not been in a WWE ring! And look at the condition of Randy Orton!
Going for that elevated DDT signature Randy Orton.
It's been a long time since we've seen this, JJ and Jeff.
Boom!
Oh, God! Planted! Better late than never, Viper. How the hell is that Chicago traffic? Oh, boy. Oh, now it's time to get serious. Welcome back, Randy Orton. Meet one of your worst enemies in your career. Who can forget the wars these two men went through for the better part of the pandemic? An old rival says hello. McIntyre,
Here comes
Orton,
Priest slithering in behind.
trying to handicap it. Again, Randy Orton is the strongest opposition right now to this match. And both men putting the boost to Randy Orton in the corner as Judgment Day once again takes control. And again, folks, WarGames has officially begun. The cash-in was not made official yet, so it's still no for those answering no. But the next pinfall submission now wins this. And everybody coming into the fray. First team to gain pinfall submission wins this. We got 2 officials inside WarGames and 10 bodies that are just duking it out right now in the middle of that partition. It's literally going to become a Chicago riot at this point. And you got to consider Rhea Ripley is still looming on the outside with that briefcase. The cash-in never happened. And he still has the contract. But meanwhile, Randy Orton called it, you got to be kidding.
Everybody's setting up stereo elevated DDTs.
Oh, man! Fantastic 5 DDTs.
And the Viper is coiled, ready to strike.
Has it been since we've seen this? Now, wait a minute. Uh-oh. 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 Remember, it was Jey Uso and his brother that put Randy on the shelf. And Jey Uso has to know that. That's one thing the Viper always loves to do. He loves to get in your head. Wow! Super kick to Damian Priest. Who wanted to take out Orton? And Dominic Mysterio. RKO! The curve style, I think, Seth just hit on Priest on that partition. Cody Cutter to Finn Balor. Haluma kick to McIntyre. Uso splash! What the hell next? Oh, and JD isolated.
I feel so bad for JD McDonough right now.
Hey, you sign up for what you get. And JD trying to get the hell out of Dodge. Remember, though, if anybody escapes, your team forfeits. JD McDonough just trying to find some sort of saving grace high above WarGames. Sami Zayn, though, in hot pursuit, and so is Seth freaking Rollins. I mean, hey, he wanted to join the Judgment Day, right? This is what you signed up for, JJ.
I mean, that's fair, but what if one of the good guys accidentally gets knocked out here?
And you see a Viper waiting to strike down at the bottom, right? You know, I'm going to just suggestion that JJ call this because I think this is fucking phenomenal. Hey, JD, get ready to free fall into the most ridiculous fan we've seen. Get your phones out, folks. Snapshot and gift this.
RKO out of nowhere.
RKO off the top falling! Holy hell! The Viper is back, folks! And the legacy being remembered as Cody and Damian Priest hooked. Crossroads! Cover 1, 2, Cody across the wind! Holy hell! Legacy continues to live, and the Viper rises to the occasion. Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, Seth freaking Rollins, Jey Uso, and a returning Randy Orton wins War Games. Judgment Day has fallen on Judgment Day and has left them defeated. What a night, what a match. I still can't believe what I just fucking saw there. That was the most ridiculous free falling I've ever seen in my life. Not the way you want to be caught for damn sure. We did not know if these 5 could stand together. We did not even know if these 5 were going to be together tonight, let alone unified. But there you go. In the middle, the 14-time world champion, victorious at War Games. Let's take a look at some of the highlights of this match here. I mean, again, you caught it, JJ. Perfect stereo 5 implant DDTs. But again, the Viper never forgets. But apparently he can forgive, or at least for one night. And everybody put all the stops. The Cody Rhodes, Cody Carter, Finn Balor, Haluva kick to Drew McIntyre. Uso splash from the opposite side of the ring to the other. Takes down Drew McIntyre. He was a non-factor for the rest of the match, which left JD McDonough to the Wolves as he went free falling into an RKO and the likes we've ever seen before. Watch this. Oh, God. I think the award for greatest RKO now goes to JD McDonough. And then Cody Rhodes with Randy Orton saying, "You finish it." Crossroads to Damian Priest. Judgment Day defeated. Cody Rhodes with the win in the very match that his father created, handed off to him by the very person that endorsed him at a younger age for this generation. A legacy affirmed and continue to rise tonight at Survivor Series War Games on this spectacular Saturday night. It has been quite a night here at the All-State Arena with both the babyfaces, as I called, winning the battle, standing tall in the end. It was the United Sums overcoming the Sum.
Holy shit!
What the fuck? What?
There he is, folks!
You gotta fucking kidding me!
Oh, baby!
No way!
There he is!
CM Punk!
Yes!
CM Punk! CM
Give me a solo shot right now.
CM Punk is fucking back!
Eat
it's
shit,
WWE!
Mansfield. Eat shit, Mansfield.
Holy fuck! Phil Brooks! CM Punk!
The best in the world is back in WWE.
And Chicago just came unglued! CM Punk is back home! Unbelievable!
I don't believe it. I don't legitimately do not believe it.
Believe it, Jeff. It's clobbering time.
I reckon so, man.
CM Punk is fucking back in the WWE. Holy hell, it's frozen over indeed. Chicago is truly CM Punk's world, and WWE just got welcomed back into it. The cult
definitely
of
need to-
personality is back.
We need to get the building plans on this arena and make sure that the integrity is secure because this place is about to implode. Oh my God.
And the internet just probably exploded too.
And that's it.
For the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Blair, for the Mayor's Name of the Marquee, Jeff Meacham, I'm the Simple Man, Noah Foster. CM Punk is fucking back in the WWE as the dust has settled tonight for Survivor Series War Games. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for the Saturday Night Shenanigans that are open mic night. CM Punk is fucking back!
Oh.
What the fuck?
Yeah, the shitty part, Jay, my puncture's at the other house in the laundry. Oh my God. And yeah, Aaron, saxophone. Once go for COVID, obviously. Yes. So JJ.
So I think I know what we're going to be talking about on open mic night.
We had no topics this week. Bullshit. Oh, where's my Chicago hat? I want to know. Gotta find that thing for open mic night.
I am going to leave the stream.
Yes.
Because I need to get the code from you.
Yes, sir.
I need to restart my computer.
Yes.
So that we have no issues or nothing, and we can go into open mic night festivities.
Yes.
You guys wrap things up here. Look,
We
I
will
don't know
momentarily.
if Noah's going to be able to say a word. He is frozen. He is frozen like Anna's heart.
Is he legit frozen, or is he just? Oh, okay.
He is like speechless, like Jasmine.
Noah. Oh no.
I will see you gentlemen in a moment.
Sounds good. Thank you, Walter, for the yeah. Walter got his bonus points for sure, as did Catherine. Thank you for the super chats. We appreciate it. And yes, Noah, I'm gonna go ahead and I don't know. Okay, he's really there. Okay, good. We're gonna say goodbye to Mr. Foster. We'll send him over to open mic night. We'll see him momentarily. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. We'll see you soon. All right. Thank you all for tuning into our coverage of Survivor Series 2023. But don't go anywhere if you're watching on any of the. My goodness, I'm speechless myself here. I'm working on the code, JJ. Give me a second here. There it is. Oh crap! Hell, there it is. So we will be back momentarily across the multiverse of media on all fronts, because coming up next is open mic night on the Jeff Meacham Network Multiverse of Media. Stay tuned, everybody. We will be back. But until then, much like CM Punk, WWE is back on top of the world again. We'll be back momentarily, folks. Have a good night.